Mandatory doing it live.
So it looks like Estrella, it would be your turn to scribe. Are you okay with
I'm
that?
gonna. Yep, because I need to write yesterday's.
You said pass?
Yes, please.
Alright. What about Glenn?
I will respectfully pass.
Alright, what about Garen?
Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't mind taking a break myself, but then Uslag would go back to back, and I do need a lot of points. I need the points, guys.
Yay for those points.
So you said you were going to take it?
Yeah. Take it.
Alright. Thank you for doing that. And it looks like Uslag, you were the previous scribe. Can you give us a recap of the events of last time?
Sure. All right. It's the 45th of summer through the 46th. We needed to wake up the now uncorrupted storm coil so it could get itself away from the lingering cloud of corruption. Estrella was still in our tower on Gaian with the crystal we had been using to store the corruption, and we didn't know if she would make it back today. So we hid, ready to teleport away in case he attacked, since we were in rough shape and he could kill us with a single bolt of lightning. Glenn cast Healing Word on the unconscious storm coil, who woke and seemed confused, but not maddened. So we felt it was safe to speak with him. He was thankful and recalled how he spared his young when they attacked us. We warned him about Malakara's actions and the changes to the nature of the corruption. He made it clear that he has no interest in the politics of the surface courts and hags. However, when we met him before he succumbed to the corruption, he had encouraged us to go to the hag to help with a cure, so we know there's at least some sort of understanding between them. Estrella thankfully made it back to us then, flying in as an owl. She immediately began the ritual to cleanse the cloud of corruption. However, a gaggle of lesser hags showed up and addressed the storm coil as one would royalty or god, kind of like the Medusa do. They beseeched him to come with them to Malakara, promising some healing. We tried to convince him not to go. Estrella even used most of her magic and some potions to heal him as much as possible. We expressed concern that Malakara may try and use him against the courts or bind him via some sort of hag trickery. The storm coil understood our concern, but assured us he felt resistant or immune even to the corruption after being cured and just wanted to know what the hag was up to. He also might try and get his corrupted scale back from her for us. He does not intend to ally with her and is confident in his power to resist her. We decided we would go with him after we have recovered at least. The hags agreed to wait in the forest with the storm coil while we rested. In that moment, Glenn produced his lute as if by magic. In light of today's victory, he declared it was a good time to play the ballad he had been working on in Uslog's honor, which he titled Raven's Blade, posted in the Roleplay channel. We were all as scorched as the clearing in which we stood, hair frazzled, hags glaring at us, a gargantuan monstrosity looming over us, but that likely only made the moment even more epic, and Uslag would never turn down the chance to hear this, no matter what. So Glenn gave an amazing performance of the ballad, despite the hags trolling him. He didn't let that ruin the moment, but they will surely get what's coming to them. This left Uslag determined more than ever to finish her fight with the Shadowlords. And she reflected that as she listened to the ballad, all the pain from the recent battle faded away, and she found herself thinking about how Glenn had a profound impact on their journey and herself. Yet he always writes himself on the sidelines, and she wishes she could see that he earned his place in the Bard's Tales too. Estrella finished the cleansing ritual, and the crystal is now full. We will need to find another or empty it somehow. Glenn conjured up the magical mansion in the woods nearby to hide it from the hags. We had some downtime, so Glenn proposed some improvements to the mansion, and we all pitched in. In the morning, we went out to meet the storm coil, and the hags teleported us right into the middle of Malakara's corruption's cloaked lair. We would have preferred to meet her outside of the lair, but the hags didn't care about that. Just before we departed, Estrella cast Emboldening Bond on Uslag, Garen, Salira, Raldo, and the storm coil. Just note that. Malakara and the storm coil telepathically communicated for a bit before Glenn interrupted by extending an invitation to to Uslag and Glen's wedding, to Uslag's horror. The hag said she would bring a definitely not cursed gift. Garen quipped we may as well invite Malin while we're at it, to which Glenn admitted if Malin was willing to put aside everything and join us in that moment, he would want him there. Knowing how angry Glenn is with Malin, that shows how much Malin's friendship had meant to him. Glenn tried to reach an understanding with the hag and persuade her that she, of all people, had the opportunity to break the cycle of the conflict between the Fey Lords and the hags to build a future where neither the courts nor the hags ruled through fear. No one was treated as an outsider in their land. She was skeptical, claiming that we could not truly care about their plight as outsiders, but whether she trusts his motives or not, Glenn asked her to consider his words regardless for the sake of ending the cycle. In the end, the hag declared that she does intend to end this her way by consolidating her power and readying for a final strike to push into the Feywild proper and let the Fey Lords sit on the outskirts in turn. Seems her bitterness is firmly rooted, but if anyone could somehow find a way to convince her that if both sides were willing to surrender a little power and move beyond this, things could be better, it would be Glenn. If anything, we know a bit more of her goals now. Meanwhile, Estrella wandered about as Glenn and Malakara spoke. She must have seen something because she let out a groan, and Malakara scolded her. Things feel a little more tense at the moment. MVP Glenn.
All right. Thank you for the recap.
You're welcome.
So we can pick it up there. We were in talks with the hag, Malakara. It is currently the 46th of summer at 8:30 a.m. It's a little bit after morning wake up, and the Malakara seems to be conversing with the Stormlord through telepathy, and also telling Estrella that she needs to back up a bit. And that's kind of where we left off.
Yeah, Uslag's kind of looking oddly at Estrella, wondering if she's okay, because. But she's still staying quiet, but she's just kind of looking over at her.
I'm going to kind of beckon to Uslag to come further away from the hags.
Well, she is going to continue speaking with...
Uslag's actually just going to stay right where she is.
She
but
don't
kind of get a little bit more on.
So then I'm going to whisper to Garen just because...
Watching Glenn's back.
Yeah.
Alright, well, while she is conversing with the Stormlord, what are you doing, Estrella?
Did I read that right? Did Estrella like beckon like she wants to speak to Uslag, or like she's kind of trying to warn Uslag? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I guess she would kind of casually sidle over, like kind of like she's bored, acting like she's kind of bored, and just
I think Glenn
lean on the hut here.
I would whisper to Uslag and to Garen then.
Yeah. That's what's. Yeah.
Glenn was sort of trying to convince the hag that she didn't need to be so aggressive, and she was just not really having it. Is there anything else you want to say to her? She seems like she's trying to speak privately, telepathically with the Stormlord.
And then I'm going to step up behind Glenn and whisper the same thing to him while she seems to be talking with Stormlord.
Alright, what are you whispering to him?
Yes.
I actually whispered. Yeah. I basically told him that Ted's here.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He would whisper back. Where?
Fire. Didn't you say there's like a bonfire here, Lou?
Yeah, there used to be a bonfire there.
Oh, it went away? Okay.
There's none there now, but you know there used to be one.
Did he talk to me before or after it went away?
It was never here when you arrived, but
Oh, gotcha.
he
Yeah,
spoke
it was
when
here
you
last time.
moved towards it. Alright, so I'm gonna pass some time unless
Did he
anyone's
ever
saying
respond back
anything.
to me after the last message that I sent him last session?
Slugs is kind of like with that information, she's not quite sure what to do with it, but she is just kind of looking around, just kind of reading the area, seeing if there's anything else amiss.
Is there any way we can free him? He whispers to Estrella.
You guys, you can talk. I'm not gonna let her know what you're whispering. You don't have to whisper each other like in the
Gotcha.
Roll20.
Guys, can we
that
go
must be
with
how
the-
it's like when we've got the telepathic bond going.
Yeah,
It's
Lou,
like,
can you stay in the main
I
call?
know you're
The rest
talking
of
to
us-
each other.
Lou, stay in the main call. The rest of us, we're gonna go into secrets and talk with each other. No.
I more do it for effect, but I probably actually should know what you're saying to each other.
All right. I'm not in on the telephone.
Yeah. Well, so is Estrella just whispering to one person, or are you kind of whispering to the group? As
I
you're over
went
here?
I went back and whispered to Garen and Uslag when Uslag came over here when we were back here, and then I went up behind Glenn and whispered to him separately.
Okay.
And Glenn asked if there was a way to free him, I believe. Uslug's staying quiet. She's just guarding. She's kind of guarding, kind of staying between, because she doesn't trust these hags. But that's what Uslug's doing.
If no one's doing anything, I could say some time passes. And she would just kind of nod to the Stormlord, and he says, you are very ambitious, Malakara. That has not changed. I would be careful when trying to approach the courts. Even with your power, they will be formidable enemies. It might be wise to try to make peace. Or at least come to an agreement. And she says, maybe. That ball is in their court. So far they have been very disingenuous in their attempts to deal with me and my kind. So, we'll have to see what their new offers are now that I hold more cards. He says, as you probably expected, I do not wish to be involved. He says, I've grown accustomed to the underground, actually. The surface can be left to the courts and all the other Fae who have taken over it in my stead. My children are happy in our subterranean dens. I just ask that you keep your corruption at bay and you do not attack me or my people with it. She says, of course. I still consider you a friend, or at least an ally to some extent. He'll nod and say, all right, well, this was illuminating. Could you have your hags bring me back to the great cave that goes to the underground? She will nod and say,
Estrella's gonna kind of clear her throat. How does she do this? Shoot. I don't know. She's gonna tap her nails like on her locket, trying to like remind Stormclaw about his claw. I don't know.
Oh yeah, the scale.
Remind
Yeah.
him of the scale that you asked for.
Well, he said he was gonna ask her for his scale back, but if she knows it's for us, then she might be more resistant. I don't know.
Well, are you
That's why I
gonna...
hesitated to say anything, yeah.
He might not remember. Do you
Okay.
want to mention it, or are you just gonna stay quiet? He did say he would be willing to give you another scale. He just
He
hasn't
did?
done
Okay.
it yet. Yeah.
Okay, then.
Would it still? I wonder if it would still work the same way. Interesting.
Yeah, because that was one of the things you requested after saving him, and he felt it was perfectly reasonable after what you did for him.
Yeah, I don't know if Uslag would have an issue with asking for it right now. We may as
Wait,
well
would-
try.
Would him giving us a scale be useful? It's like an uncorrupted scale. The reason we wanted
Well,
we
some of
want
his
the corrupted.
children are still corrupted, I think. We didn't.
No, but I'm
That's
saying like
true.
the point
You're
of the
not
scale
sure
was
if
that was.
the scale will function the same if it's uncorrupted.
Yeah, but now that we have the potion, like we can make more potions. We don't need the scale for that
Can we
necessarily.
I thought Del Reese wanted.
No, they said that they have a cap on it. They literally can only make like 2, and that's it.
Like at a time, I think.
No, just I think grand total 2. They're like we can't keep making them unless we get access to the scale again. I could be misremembering, but that's what.
No, Garen is correct.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, I totally missed that. Yeah, that changes things. Yeah, Uslag would just.
And you're
Should
not
have asked
sure
for it
if
then.
you would need a corrupt scale or if a normal scale would work. Now that
Uslag will.
I don't know. Well, I
just-
guess you guys are whispering to each other during their
Yeah,
conversation.
Uslag's gonna go up to the storm coil and be like, "Oh, before you go, it was really nice to see you again." She'll just like pat him on the back and then whisper, or like on this one of the scales, and say, "By the way, we might need one of those. Remember?"
This is of
It was
course.
gonna whisper to him.
Once we are
She's scared
teleported
now.
away from here, I can give you what you asked for.
No, like the other one
It's 21 hours.
that she's got. That she's
21
got.
hours.
Yeah, I mean, she's like,
Yes,
seriously, we
yeah,
just talked about
yesterday.
this like right before we came here.
Yeah. We talked about it yesterday, like, yeah, in game.
So
He was the one that suggested trying to ask Malakar to give his scale back to him, his original scale.
Yeah, so she's kind of.
yeah, he was. He mentioned that the group should ask her.
Oh, he did?
I don't think he
Okay.
was going to ask her unless. I mean.
Well, because he was like, it's not hers.
Yeah,
it
that
doesn't
one
belong
was.
to her.
He did say he was
Yeah.
gonna ask her.
Let me check my notes. I don't remember that.
I remember because I rewatched the session, so I could do the notes. But
All right. So you're going to remind him.
yeah,
What
Like,
do
oh,
you say to him
silly, you
exactly?
forgot. It's like, oh, don't you remember? Don't you remember there was something you were gonna ask for her?
That
From her,
little
and she'd
thing
tap his
that's-
tap his scale. She's like tapping on one of his scales and just be like patting it, like, oh, good to see you. Like,
Yeah, that part of
This
you,
is,
that really important part of you, right?
Is the group has requested that I ask for the scale back that you stole.
That's not how you.
he's like just
Oh my
sighs.
God.
Well,
This
it's not
guy-
his scale. I mean, he gave it to the group.
What? Oh,
He doesn't. You guys are you're putting a lot on him. He's trying to remain neutral in all this. So like he doesn't
Oh, are we
care.
putting
that-
so much on him?
That's
Why?
That's exactly why we were under the impression that he was going to ask her for the scale back and not necessarily.
Yeah.
get
like we
it
didn't even ask him to get it
us.
back for
Yeah.
her, and he was just like, oh, I think I'll probably ask her that because it's
Yeah,
not hers.
that's why we thought he was doing it that way, was so that he stayed neutral.
Remember that time where we
All right.
almost
Well,
died?
he will say, "Can you give the scale back to them?" And she will say no. And he says, "Very well."
Okay.
Because
So I guess there's no
as a-
more. Then there's no more cures for your children, I suppose.
Yeah, it's really
his
unfortunate.
his children don't need that. Only the great beings need
No,
that.
I can cure his children with the
Yeah.
other ritual.
I
after
see,
we
yeah.
have
Lie to him, Glenn.
No,
lie
you
to him.
can't,
It's
Australia.
fine.
Yeah, this Glenn. Tell
already
him the
knows
real
that.
shit.
He already
Yeah,
knows
he already
that.
knows that.
Yeah.
Because you were
Okay,
you were
well, how
curing
about-
his children.
Okay, well, how about we don't, unless he gets off his ass and does something.
I mean,
Okay.
are you gonna threaten him?
Wait, no, wait.
No.
We took
Wait,
your ass
time
once.
out.
We can do it again.
Wait. Time out. We don't want him to now join her, so let's not.
Do
be
you
hasty.
have
I was only
mental-
asking because I thought it was something he wanted back from her, but she'll drop
Exactly.
it. Like,
He was the one that brought it up when we
Yeah.
had this conversation before, so I didn't realize.
I didn't
that-
think about it until
Yeah,
he brought
yeah.
it up. So
Honestly,
be
I
like,
don't.
"Oh,
I
okay, I
don't
guess it's
remember
not
that
important to you."
conversation. But I'm just role playing his character that he's trying to remain neutral.
Right.
He doesn't like he definitely owes the group more than he owes Malakara, but at the same time he doesn't want to, like, politically speaking, he doesn't want to, like, try to
Right.
start
That's
a war
exactly
with
why
the
I thought
hags.
he was going to do it in a way
Yeah.
where it seemed like he was asking it back for himself rather than for us, because I figured she'd say no if asking for us, and because it made him look less neutral to do it that way. So that's why we were misunderstanding the situation. It's because, yeah, if he had just asked it back
I thought
from
he
her
didn't want
and
her to
then
have it.
to
Yeah.
us later.
I
then,
don't have that in
he
my
kept it
notes,
to me.
and I don't know why he wouldn't want her to have it.
Well, it's not that he wouldn't want her to have it. We told him we needed another scale to make more cures, and he said that it's not super comfortable to provide scales, and we mentioned that the hag had taken the
Oh,
one we were
but
using
he was still
before.
willing to give you another scale.
Right,
The
right.
problem
But
is
when we
that
mentioned
it's
that the hag had taken the one he'd given us before, he said, "Oh, well, maybe I'll get that back from her for you," or something along those lines. And I assumed he was going to do that without telling her that it was for us, because we expected her to respond exactly as she did. And because it doesn't, and because he wants to stay neutral.
I'm
would
just
be the other
not.
reason why-
I'm not sure of
yeah.
his motivation to do that. That's the only problem. Like, yeah, I don't remember what the conversation was, unless he was doing it as a favor to the group, maybe.
Well, I mean, yeah, so obviously. it was a
Yeah,
favor
'cause it's
to
not
us.
This is
like,
kind of the
you know,
problem with going like
It's
a whole
worth him
week.
giving a favor for us saving his life or anything.
Maybe that's what it was. I mean,
I'm just saying, this guy is really ungrateful.
he, I mean, you could tell him that, but didn't he?
Oh, I
Not
will.
in this
I've
moment.
smacked his ass before.
Didn't he give you guys some stuff already, or am I
No.
misremembering that too?
Oh, that definitely did not happen.
Yeah, he didn't give a shit. The only thing he gave us was a fucking pain in the ass.
We
A roast. Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he hasn't given us anything except the scale the first time that I tried to alleviate some of the corruption on him before we had the cure. And Malakara has taken that scale.
So is that kind of the group's request for payment, is that he gets the scale back from her?
I don't know if that was a request for payment, but that is what was discussed. When the previous
I mean,
debt,
that's
so
Yeah,
yeah.
we wouldn't really expect. I mean, Uslag wasn't really expecting anything else.
Or, like,
but,
not payment,
like,
but like
that was-
to repay
yeah.
his debt for saving him. Was that like?
Now
what
we
the
could
group
we could do
wanted?
better than that. That's okay.
I mean,
That's
unless he has some cool ass magic items or something, or he wants to,
Well,
help
no,
with some
I don't
smoke.
think anyone ever brought that up to him. You guys were just like, "Oh, we're just happy to help." I felt like
Yeah, we were.
no
yeah,
no
we
one
just
was
kind of
like, "So what are we
the
getting
only
for
thing
this?"
we asked him for, and we didn't ask for it as payment, we just said we have other people to cure, and we can't make any more cures because Malakara took the scale that you gave us.
Who
That
did
was how the
you-
conversation started.
Who did you tell him you still had to cure?
I don't think I did tell him.
No, we didn't.
You just said you have other, because technically, I think the two big creatures are cured. Although, I guess
No,
the
two-
Feywild
Briar,
people.
what was it? Yeah.
they would be
I mean,
ones
we
who would
didn't
need
tell
the
him
big
who,
cure.
but yeah, we were going to try and make more for
All
what
right,
is
so
it?
you had
Fire Warden and Lyriel.
all right, so you had told him that you need the corrupt scale to cure people that are still afflicted.
I said we don't have the scale anymore, and could we have another? And then he suggested getting the one back that after we told him that the hag had it.
All right.
Yeah, because didn't he say it was like very painful? Oh yeah, because he said, "Oh, it is very painful for me
He
to
said, yeah, he said it was
pluck them out."
uncomfortable.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. That's
but he still doesn't mind giving you a scale. The issue is, like you mentioned, that a corrupt scale is probably what's needed.
yeah.
Yes, we don't need his scale. So we
But-
can go find a corrupt treant or something and get a branch from them.
No instructions to know how to rock.
All right, so let's do a quick flashback just so I know how that conversation went, because that will kind of dictate how he's going to react here. All right, so you had saved him. I think this was before the hag showed up, right?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
What exactly did you ask him?
I said we were only able to make 2 cures. We've cured you. And I think we might have said that we cured the ancient treant.
Treant, yeah.
I don't know that we gave the name, but that we cured an ancient treant that was corrupted. And we said that there are other creatures of significant power that have also been corrupted, similar to him, that we can't cure with my ritual. But we're unable to make any more cures because the hag has taken the scale that he gave us.
So he
So
would have.
first I asked for a new scale, but I hadn't been thinking about the fact that he's no longer corrupted.
Yeah. All right. So he would reply to that. Who else has been corrupted?
Other greater fae of the Feywild.
He would say, "Do you have names of these fae?"
Well, we know of a couple, but we expect to find more.
Yes,
They're very susceptible. Just
Lyriel and
it was Lyriel and
brother.
and Thornhelm at least, but we expect to find more. We want to have cures on hand, just as we sought for your cure. We are trying to help others.
He would say, "I have no love for members of the Fae Court, if I'm honest. That said, I do owe you for helping me. Trying to get the scale back so you can make cures would be a powerful weapon to use against Malakara." He says, "I can ask her, but I don't think she would be willing." He says, "Unless there are other members of like a more neutral group, not the Fae Court, that have also been infected."
Like you?
He says, "Such as myself, yes."
You gifted that to us. She took it by force. It's part of your anatomy. I feel that you do have the right to ask for it back. She still may resist, but...
Give me a persuasion. He doesn't fully agree. I don't think we went into detail in this conversation because I think he had said he was just going to give you the his new scale if she didn't give it back.
Gotcha. I got the impression that he would prefer not to have to give a new scale, but yeah, we did not talk about it this much in depth. That's just the impression.
Yeah, he was just kind of like offhandedly, like, "Well, it's not hers. I can ask for it back." Yeah.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
So he'll say, "Well, it is originally from my body, though. At the point that I gave it to you, it was yours, and she did steal it from you. In the wilds, that would make it hers. I mean, I can attempt to ask her for it back, but I don't think she would want to give it back. And as I said, I don't know if I can, or if I want to start hostilities with her over it."
Okay.
This looks like the rules of the Feywild don't make any sense. Okay. Well, then what do? Don't get that back.
Well, I guess we go looking
Hunt
for
for some-
corrupted creatures.
Yeah. Hunt some treants, I guess. Only
Says,
other powerful.
Are you sure the Fae Court is unable to produce any other cures?
They're all corrupted.
It was their work.
All the ones that we've
It
known.
was their work that made your cure. It was one of their scientists and a druid, a death druid, and us together. Without any of those parties, you would not be cured.
Even though
Give me-
Malakara knew she had the ability to do it, and yet she did not.
Give me another persuasion. I'll say Uslag with advantage.
Who's slug?
Advantage is not going to help me. I thought I was supporting Estrella. I'm sorry.
Who's
I'm
slug?
actually not fantastic at persuasion myself. I'm not sure why Glenn is
Yes!
quiet right now.
Yes. Yes. That's as good as any.
So
Oh, you should.
he would say,
That's
well,
the best I can do.
if I did ask for the scale and she refuses, which I'm pretty sure she will, what would you have me do?
Nothing.
I think
Yeah,
it
I
would
wouldn't want
be
you to.
dangerous
compromise,
to demand it in
yeah.
her, at least within her her territory.
Yeah.
Then I would have you ask it of a favor of her, as an exchange of favors, because as they said, not only do we take it upon ourselves through great risk to battle creatures such as yourself enough to subdue you, to save you, but you would still be a mindless, corrupted creature if not for the Fey courts that you say that you're no fan of. And I can understand that you're not a fan of them, but you owe it to them just as much as us. And I feel like
They knew that you were the one that we were planning to use that cure on as they helped us develop it.
Yes,
and
but
you
hold on.
say you don't want to start hostilities with the hag, and I understand, but as I also said, she had free reign to uncorrupt you and chose not to. I think it's pretty clear which side, the hag might be friendly to you and like to bullshit, but I feel like it's through actions, it's shown which side is the true ally of the Storm Coil.
I'm gonna whisper
and I
to Glenn
feel
real quick.
That
Be like-
that
Sorry, go ahead.
and I feel that requires more than just, hey, can I have the scale back? No, cool, that's okay.
I don't think it's a good idea if we have him owe a favor to her, though. I think that's even worse.
He nods
Yeah,
and
I
says,
agree.
as your
don't
friend
get any-
says, I would never put myself indebted to a hag. That is foolish. You make good points, Glenn, and I don't fully disagree with you. I don't know if Malakara wanted me to stay cursed. She certainly didn't make any attempt to control me while under the effects of the curse or the corruption.
Do you remember everything?
He says it's hazy, but
Yeah.
I
I'm not
I
sure if you
remember
remember.
the fury that raged through me, and just feeling myself losing touch with my psyche.
But inaction is as much action as anything, and she chose to let you remain a wild beast.
She
of
didn't have the
fury.
cure. You did, right? She
He had
you
all
were
the
ones
knowledge and the scale to do it.
We
We
shared
gave her
all
everything
of
we
our. We shared all the information that we learned with her in hopes that whoever was able to make the cure first would do so. She
Yes,
instead
and
used that information to take control of the corruption. It was the Summer Court's members of the Summer Court and the druid called Dalreese and us that actually stuck to focused the knowledge on finding your cure.
says, well, even if all that is true, do you have a plan, Glenn, as to how I would demand the scale from her in her own lair? It would be dangerous for us to start hostilities on her home turf. He says,
Well,
we might be able to win, but it would be dangerous, especially for you all, not being storm gods. And she might just flee, honestly.
If you maintain that you're friends with her, perhaps you could go ahead of us and lure her to a different location.
Good boy.
He says, I doubt she would agree to that. I can request it, but it would be very foolish for her to try to meet us outside of her home turf. Unless I just refuse the meeting, which, I mean, at that point she might just shrug and continue what she's doing.
Okay, so if we're flashed back, then I have an idea. What if we organize a raid on Fort Revkar while we're meeting with the hags in their grove?
How would we do that?
NPCs, the Summer Courts, maybe the Phoenix Guild wizards.
Wait, why would you raid
This
Fort?
This conversation happened before we went and had our long rest.
Yeah, but why would you raid Fort Revkar?
Because that's where the scale was being kept, wasn't it?
Um,
The safe that we weren't able to get it out of when we got the cure back. We had to teleport out before we could get the open the safe and get the claw.
But we don't know if
that's
it's still
true.
there, though.
Yeah,
That's
I was
true.
gonna say you don't know if it's still there, especially after you raided the place. It's very likely she went and saw what you took, though you don't know that for sure. It could still be there. But we don't need to stay too long in the flashback. If you guys have a plan you want him to try, he can try it. He
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
feels more loyalty towards you than her. He just doesn't want to, get involved in this
If you would
war
just
she's
ask,
waging.
You don't need to. If you ask, I guess it doesn't hurt to ask, but you don't need to let her know that it's for us, because I'm sure that she'll say no in that case. But no, you're right. We can't start a war if she says no while we're standing in her lair.
So he will say, I can ask her. I think it is dangerous to demand things, but I can certainly request it. She might ask for something in return, such as my allegiance. Though, I think...
Yeah, I understand that that's...
Do not, yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, we don't, yeah, we wouldn't ask that.
Yeah.
He says, all right,
don't
well,
want
I will ask and try to make it seem like I want it for myself and not mention why I want it. But I'm almost certain she will suspect... since the raid that you were talking about had happened recently, and she most likely knows that you all are looking for it. All right.
That's fair. It's worth
So
a try.
any other plans? Glenn, you said you wanted him to ask her to go elsewhere. But
Yeah,
he
I mean, if
said-
we could, we could at her lair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, flash forward. So he will... Okay, what's he going to say? He says, out loud, he will say, Malakara, there is something I wanted to ask you. During my corruption, there was a piece of me that was lost. Part of my power. Scale was taken, and I wish it back so I could regain some of my lost ability. And she says, I would like to help you, but you know how this works. We don't give away things for free. She says, if I was to give you something, I would request a trade. And she kind of does a sudden mental communication with him. And he seems kind of surprised for a moment, looking at her a little curiously. And says, is that all you want? She says, yes. And he kind of pauses as if he's a little worried. As if he's not considering all the possibilities of something. He says, give me some time. I will consider it. She nods. And she says, I can have my people teleport you back to your cave. And if you wish to accompany him, I can send you all as well. She kind of motions to the group. She says, I know you wish to help the Feywild, but I think at this point it's best to just let things play out and do not interfere with my plans.
I'm ready to leave. Lou, did Ted go quiet on me? He never responded after the last thing I sent back to him.
Did who go quiet?
Ted.
Ted. Oh, did you send him another thing?
I sent something last session that you didn't respond to, and then I kind of sent it again this session.
Okay, let me take a look. Are you gonna? So you do have to get closer to the area. It seems
Well,
to
okay,
speak with him.
So that was what I sent last session before I moved away from the area.
Okay. It doesn't seem like he's been replying. Give me an insight. Would be insight. Yeah, give me an Arcana check. You might realize something. So it's possible that he's only able to communicate within a certain distance of where he's trapped, which might be why
Okay.
Malakara was like, "What are you doing?" Like pushing you away. So that might
okay.
be why he hasn't gotten, like, why he didn't
well,
answer.
Okay, well, I mean, that was before she asked me to step back that I'd sent that, so. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
If you scroll back to last session where we were chatting back and forth, that was the thing I sent you, like, immediately after the last thing he said to me.
All right. Well,
part of it, yeah, part of it, yeah.
So I'll say you get one last response then. Just need to think how he'd respond to this. So he would reply. It seems very chaotic and strange. These are bad things when people are turned into mindless slaves. He says, "Sorry, I don't fully understand how some of this world works."
All right. And I assume that's about when she would have told me to get away.
Yeah, about after that, she would ask you to step back.
And
So
I mean,
does
he had assured us that he can't. He had assured us that she can't hold him. He had, was staying by choice, right?
yes, that's what he had.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what he had mentioned, I believe.
That's what I mean, that's what he told us the first time, not like last session, but like the previous time. So.
So do you want to do anything else?
Glenn would
Go ahead.
speak up, but now that this is after Estrella whispered to them, and he would say, "So whatever happened to Ted?"
We start the pot. This is how we do it.
She says, "Oh, Ted is around. I'm still fascinated by him, and I really appreciate him agreeing to stay to be studied. This is definitely
he's a
worth
cool
the
guy.
trade."
Well, I'm definitely glad to hear that. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely miss the little dude. Can we say hi to him?
She says, "I don't know if that would be possible right now." She says, "I have him working on something for me."
Like in the hut, or like where?
She says, "Well, Ted is a magical being. He's sort of all around."
Really? He kind of like turns around in a circle. Like, Ted, can you hear me?
He would not reply. She says, "Well, I don't know if he can respond to you right now." She says, "Glenn, I know that you are trying to scheme." She says, "It's best if you don't." She says, "You've been trying to convince me to give up my quest for power. Now you wish to speak with Ted." She says, "I'm not a fool."
What do you mean? How's that related?
He is our friend.
No, you're not a fool, just a jailer.
She says, "At times. But your friend Ted is here by his own will. You think I have the power to contain a creature that powerful? He's doing this for you, you know. If you remember, he did this to pay off your debt."
He yells out, "Ted, my debt's repaid. You can leave now if you want to. In fact, you probably should if you're able."
There would be no reply.
Huh. Doesn't seem like he's.
Well,
he might,
maybe he
I-
just doesn't agree that the debt is repaid yet.
Or maybe he can't leave. Or maybe he can't hear me. I wanted.
We are,
to
we are
be-
very close to concluding this peacefully. I wouldn't try anything. And there's a bit of a seriousness to her voice now.
His eyes kind of squint a little bit. And it's like, I really wanted to like you, Melkar, for us to be friends. I really thought that there was a way for this to turn out different.
She says, why do you dislike me?
Because you know that you can break the cycle and you still choose not to. I know there's a part of you in there that wants that, but you're just too scared.
She will stop for a moment, put up her finger, and you would hear your voice say, "I want to go back to the Feywild. I don't care about that place. Let's just go home." Then she looks at you and raises an eyebrow.
We all want to go home
No.
too.
Yeah, I do want to go home, and I don't really care about this place because there's so much shit.
Some
wrong
of us
with my
do care
own-
about this place.
Let me finish,
Some of us
damn.
care.
Look, I said when I say I don't care about Feywild, I want to go home. I don't mean I care zero about it. I just mean that like we've got our own cataclysms and Shadowlords and all sorts of crazy shit we got to deal with on our plane first. I just think that we should be focusing on that instead. But it also doesn't mean that I'm going to let injustice stand when it's right in front of me. Do I care about the overall health of the Feywild compared to my own plane? Not really. But when I see something wrong in front of me, it doesn't mean that I don't want to stop and change things when I can.
She says, well, maybe I believe that. Though I think it's much more likely you're just trying to impress certain members of your group. She says, it seems strange that you'd, in a few days, go from, I wish to leave this place, I don't care about the Feywild, to give up your ways and, don't attack the courts. She says, you should listen to your instincts and go back to Gaian. This isn't your fight.
Hey, I already got a ring on her finger. I don't need to impress her anymore.
He says, well,
Besides, I kind of agree. It's not really our fight.
she says, the original corruption, the Shadowlord's influence has been taken care of. There's nothing left for you to do here. You don't owe the courts. Do you know how much horrible crap the courts have done? They are not without sin. She says, while it's true I am also not without sin, this is a power struggle that you don't need to be a part of. And you can tell she's turning on some of her persuasion now.
I mean, I get that. Nobody's without sin. I know that just as much as you. I've dirtied my hands more times than I can count, and I'm sure you have as well, but it's just, I don't mean to offend you, but it's just, from an outsider perspective, it's just silly. Because again, it's just a big pendulum, and you're gonna rule for a few thousand years, but you don't think that somehow the courts are gonna find some way to get control back, just like you have. I mean, it's just a cycle because you guys are so powerful and practically immortal. It's just a cycle that's never gonna end.
So
I mean, I would think that beings that long-lived and that wise would be able to find a way to set aside their bullshit after so long, and at least not try and kill each other all the time.
she says, well, would it be better if I just did nothing and let the courts be the ones who held all the power?
No, but if I can convince the courts to share power equally, would you consider putting your flaming sword down?
She says, well, that was kind of the point of this, was so I could speak to the courts and convince them that they need to change
Well, then let
how
me
things...
help you do that. You know that nobody can convince better than I. Let me
Give
be
me
your
a
proxy.
give me a persuasion.
Ooh, somebody, you caught me. I'm not in my computer.
She
Oh no,
says,
actually no, I'm good. Yeah. Can somebody just roll a d20 and add 15 to it?
well, she would say, I am perfectly capable of 20. I'm perfectly capable of being persuasive, especially when I hold more power now than I did before. She says, you don't really know much about the struggles or what I need, so why would you want to involve yourself in this? She says, it just
Because
seems
I
like...
feel like because there's so much animosity with you coming from a strength of power. Yes, you feel like you hold the cards, but I know the fake courts are going to be too proud and treat you through negotiations as an invader rather than somebody to sit down and negotiate with. If I'm at your side, I feel like they'll be more reasonable and logical, or at least I can make them see logic versus just being blinded by anger and their emotions.
Says, you are immortal, though. They don't have any respect for your kind either. How would you convince them?
I mean, I've convinced you so far to entertain the idea. So I mean, I would hopefully think that is proof that I'm convincing enough to people that don't, to beings such as yourselves.
Says, well, I mean, I can't stop you from trying. She says, you would just have to know what my demands are. I suppose I could give them to you and you can present them to the courts, but I still feel they'll laugh at you.
That's fine. I mean, I'm more than capable of bringing down the hammer if they laugh at me. And I mean,
She raises an eyebrow at that.
Well, I mean, not me. I'm just saying I'll speak.
You just point to
as your
Uslag
voice.
and she does like a fist punch to her palm.
It's just the hammer.
Yeah, I don't care how much of a great fae they are. If Uslag slugs them, they're going down.
She laughs. She says, well, I know Uslag is mighty, and I would give anything to see Oberon punched in the face by a barbarian. That would be fairly entertaining. If you think you can help me, as I said, I can't stop you from speaking with them. And she just kind of shrugs and says, if you wish to just do me that favor, I'm not sure why you do it, but I can speak to you about what I wish of them, and you can go talk to them.
I will do this for you. But I want you to answer me honestly. Is Ted really free to leave, or is he imprisoned?
She says, is this your request, an honest answer to this question for your service to me?
Well, my request would be twofold. The addendum would be, if I'm able to succeed, that he is released if he is in prison.
Released back to the void where he came from.
Yes.
Yeah. Perhaps.
She says, that would depend on the outcome of the agreements made. But
I understand, because I feel if I'm able to get you what you're looking for, you wouldn't need his power anymore.
That is correct. Or at least I wouldn't need as much of his service. I'll say that.
So if I'm able to get you what you want, will you release him?
She says, very well. If you can get the courts to agree to my demands, Ted will be free to leave or go as he sees fit.
Alright. Then I can do that for you.
Stormcoil
So-
kind of looks at you a little bit impressed. He's like, gives you the nod.
Oh, I mean,
Does anyone else want to say things? Remember, you can talk
Yeah,
without
so-
making persuasion checks. It's only if you
Yeah,
ask her to
alright.
do things is when you will have to make persuasion
I mean-
checks.
do you really need the scale then if you get everything you want?
She says, probably not.
Could we
But
get
that
the
is a whole
scale?
other request. She
Ah.
says, I haven't, we
I
haven't,
hear I thought you were negotiating.
we haven't made an agreement formally, she says, but if you are willing to help me, I had assumed you'd want something for it. She says, and I can't deny that you do have a bit of a gift. She says, I will allow Ted to leave this place and do as he sees fit.
Okay.
And just to be clear, the agreement is that we will go to the summer court, present your demands, and do our
And-
best to.
And convince them of agreeing to the demands. She says, or else I will need Ted to show them I mean business. She says, I have no idea how you're going to convince them. The courts are not known for making deals with anyone, as they believe themselves to be the powerhouse of the Feywild.
Well, it's easy. I will let them know that there's a angry hag that's more powerful than them that's going to kill them.
She nods and says, all right, the agreement is struck then. And there's like a flash of energy in the air. She
He
says,
deals with hags.
I hope you do your best, Glenn. As for the scale, I don't think I want to make a deal for that. She says it is going to be valuable, especially if I'm giving up Ted. And if these Fey courts have a way of protecting themselves from the corruption, then it kind of nullifies any hand I choose to play in the future, should they go back on their word.
Well, I suppose if we achieve your goal, we probably don't need the scale anymore.
She says that is what I figured. And most likely, if they do agree, I will release their people from my thrall anyway. Because I'm assuming they will want that as part of the agreement, and that is something I'm willing to give them. Should
Okay.
certain lands and rights be given back to the hags?
So, what is it that you wish then, so I can present your demands in earnest?
All right. And before we get into that, as I said, does anyone else want to say anything to her? Or just say anything in
Yeah,
general?
I'm sorry if I'm hogging the spotlight, guys.
Oh, this is
No,
Glenn's
this
wheelhouse
is
here.
this is you got to cook, bro. This is you got to cook for us.
But I mean, I don't really mean like, or does anyone want to ask her something? I more mean like just talk to her, because like I said,
Yeah,
like
please tell me to shut
persuasion
up or
is
just
not.
ignore it.
You don't need persuasion to just talk to her. I'm not doing that anymore. So as long as you're not asking her for things, like you can just talk. You won't get penalized or anything. It's just if you say, "Hey, you should do this," and she doesn't agree, then you'd roll a persuasion. But all right, so there's a whole bunch of demands. I don't necessarily think it's worth going into all of them, but it basically has to do with the hags being allowed to re-enter some of the more main areas of the Feywild instead of being on the outskirts. Because right now they can only go to those places, but they will be attacked if they're found out. So giving them kind of more trading rights and the rights to like do deals in villages. Whether that or not that's a good idea You're not, you don't
Right.
know because the hags are, they're still a little bit evil. It's probably a reason why most of them were banished. But yeah, that seems to be what she wants, is just access to the more populated parts of the Feywild again, without being, attacked. That's there's other things, but that's the main drive of what she wants.
I would ask if an addendum to that, is it okay if I add to that if you go in those places that you remain in your how should I say this, more aesthetically pleasing form.
You hear a from behind you, and all the hags like, "What do you mean? How dare you?" And she will say, "I suppose it would make things easier anyway. I doubt that would matter to the courts, but it's something we could agree to." And the
Okay.
other hags don't seem super happy about that, but they don't speak up. She says, would it, I can give, well, she would say, I'm going to give you a list of the demands to present the court. I'm not going to go because I think it would make your job harder if I was there. But
Okay.
you must present the list and get them to agree to all the demands. And kind of above
We did say
board,
we would try.
I don't actually have her list of demands because I wasn't expecting you to actually tell me that you were going to go bargain with the Fey courts. So I have no idea like how this is going to work, but yeah.
Uncharted. Leave it to me. Leave it to the uncharted territory and revolution.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is roll calls a lot.
I don't think this will take another like 6 months, like roll calls.
No,
Yeah,
probably not.
yeah. I mean, we were planning to go to
Unless the
Fey court.
courts ask for a favor. Although technically you've already kind of done them a favor by controlling the original corruption. Unless
The
they
favor could
tell
be
you
something-
you have to go fight her or something. But
we don't want
anyway.
to free Lariel, so that would be a favor, I'm sure, in their eyes.
So yeah, she'll give you the list of stuff that she wants.
All right.
Okay.
And say,
I don't like the idea of what might happen if we don't kill, but Uslog's not going to say that because she believes that Glenn can do this. But I'm like, oh no, what happens if we fail?
This is going to be his magnum opus, honestly.
well,
This is
the agreement was like if you fail, then he just doesn't release Ted.
Doesn't release Ted. Oh, okay. Something she was saying sounded like she was implying that. Okay, never mind.
well, no, because she doesn't want us to she doesn't want to make enemies out of us. Also, like she's just acting like guys, just leave.
And actually, insight might tell you something here as well. Actually, I'll say with your passive Glenn and Estrella, you would guess that she's on better behavior than usual, probably to impress the Stormlord a little. Like, you don't know if she'd even be entertaining this if he wasn't here watching. She might just tell you to fuck off. But you also think you did convince her a little bit that, hey, maybe you have some some sway that she doesn't have with the Fey courts, because there's not the same animosity. So it's kind of a combination of things that she's agreeing to this.
Interesting. So yeah, the point is bring Stormlord every time we talk to the head.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just put a leash on him and bring him around. This is our Stormlord.
Hey, that could be the favor.
I would immediately make it less effective.
Yeah, to repay us for saving your life, you got to come with us every time we talk to the head.
What? Well, all right. So yeah, she gives you the paper and she says, "Well, I guess this is goodbye then until you return with my demands." She says, and you can tell them at least for the next 5 days or so, I will not act against any of their people. Just make sure they don't act against me."
All right, I will let them know about the ceasefire.
Yeah.
Just
Alright,
make a note of
let's
that.
go convince some fairies.
Oh boy.
All right.
This, Glenn, you might top. This might be your magnum opus right here.
Bring
This,
peace to the
Feywild
Fae.
piece.
this,
Yeah.
I don't know how. Like this is truly legendary if you pull this
This is
off.
like bringing peace to the Middle East.
Well, anyway, so they're gonna take the Stormlord away. He says, "Good luck to all of you, and feel free to come visit me down below. I consider you friends to my cause and my people."
Oh, thank you, Stormlord, and may I say, your lightning really hurts.
He says, I know. I'm sorry that you had to experience it. And I will say it's impressive that you weren't turned into ash from it. So, way to
I'm
dodge
impressed
it.
myself. Thank you.
And with that, the hags are going to chant, and they would poof. Poof. And
Alright.
Malakara says, all right, well, off with you then. And she kind of waves her hand dismissively.
After the hags disappear, Glenn kind of puts on a comedic voice and says, "Man, if only I could get rid of my in-laws like that." And then he uses minor illusion to make like a like saying,
If only he what?
"If only my in-laws could leave like that."
She
Yeah.
just
What do you have against? Oh, I'm not going to say anything. I was going to be like, what do you have against Uslag's in? Oh, I'm not going to say anything.
Right there.
She
Unless
just
you count the
stands there
entire-
and stares at you. There's a cricket somewhere in the bush that makes some noise.
Hey, cricket.
Actually, yeah. I'm
Everybody
trying to picture how Uslog's parents would react to Glenn.
Actually, and he thinks about that, and he's like, "Actually, are your parents alive, Uslog?"
And she'd shake her head.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They died in battle against the Iron Tide. But
Yeah.
I think my dad would have liked you. My mom, on the other hand, she would have been harder to
really?
convince.
I would think I'm usually good with mothers.
You would have gotten through to her eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah.
No one can resist my charm after long enough.
Yeah, she was the tough one.
I'm so humble.
Yeah, my father would have liked you instantly.
So as you are talking, let me see. Garen, give me a wisdom save, DC 23.
Oh my word.
Sorry, give me a sec. Okay, a wisdom save.
Yeah, DC 23.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn a luck point.
Should be.
And do I have a emboldening bond?
No, you don't.
Sorry.
Okay, so I'll just use a luck point. Okay, I got it.
Alright. So you feel a little strange for a moment, as if maybe something was either reading your mind or attempting to connect to your mind. It was kind of odd.
Okay. Noted. So I'll be right back.
Oh, you're fine. So Malakara would just kind of be listening to Glenn and Uslog banter, and she says, "Well, just stay as long as you want, I suppose." And she walks this way. She'll kind of wave her hand, and you would see the magics kind of coalesce around the area here. And the fire would reappear.
Curious.
But she doesn't pay much mind to it, and just keeps walking. He says, if you need to ask me anything about that list, just come and call for me. She heads back towards her hut. What does the group want to do?
Did Astrea tell us like where she sensed Ted?
I told Glenn when I was whispering to him. He asked, and I said where the fire was.
Oh, right. Okay.
So if you go by the fire, you don't get messages anymore. As if either he moved or maybe can't hear you. You're not sure. Doesn't know you're there. Something, whatever the case may be.
Well, I guess it's up to us to get ourselves out of here. For some reason,
You have
I
a
thought
tree.
they said they were going to take us when they took the storm coil, but
Yeah, you have a tree nearby, I believe.
yeah,
So
but if I
Oh, does it
do
take
that,
magic?
if I do that, then that's all I can do for the day. So I think it might be better for me to just have us wind walk. Does that work for all of you?
Yes.
I guess Raldo and Salira are with you. I forgot about that. So they would say, oh, I'm up for some flying. I always like that cloud form stuff you do, old lady.
Yep, so I would cast that.
All right. And I think that is enough to affect 6 people, right?
It's 10 people. So yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that would be plenty. So you assume cloud form.
I think we would have discussed where we were going to be going before we did that. But because how long
Well,
did
let's wait till
we
we
have this
get out
8
of
hours?
this grove.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. We can
There's actually some
transform.
things I want to
in and out.
talk about. I just didn't want to talk about it in front of her.
Right. I forgot we could revert back to our
Yeah,
normal
you can
forms.
revert back to normal form. So where are you going to go in cloud form?
Let's fly to
The grove?
I want to fly to the Treance Grove for starters, since it's nearby, and then we can talk a bit and decide where we're going next.
Okay. So it's it would be a lot further if you didn't have cloud form, but it only takes you about an hour to get there. So it is about 9:30 a.m. when you arrive. You would see your allies there. Let me just bring up their sheets. Vareth and
Start with a B, I think.
it was
Brinthara.
Renthara, yeah.
Vareth, Oakfather, and
Oh, yeah.
the other one. I don't know if I generated a picture of her uncorrupted form yet. So what was her name?
And they've been reunited finally.
Yeah, it was Brenthara, I think, but I don't see
Yeah,
her.
it's
I don't see her under the Feywild list.
I
No, I see it. Yeah, too. Corrupt Ancient Treant Druid, yeah, Brenthara. But you're right, it's a corrupted picture, so.
Yeah, I can make her thing
That's fine.
later, but she would no longer be corrupted. So yes, you would see them there together. They seem very content. As you fly in, Varath would, well, he'd see the clouds, maybe look a little suspicious at first, but as you regain your form, he would say, "Ah, friends, you've returned." He comes over and seems very happy to see you. He says, "Brenthara told me of what you did for her. I am forever in your debt." Because I don't think the group went and saw him after they cured her.
No, we didn't have time.
Yeah.
Just left.
Yeah, we sent her along the way.
Yeah.
He says, "You are always welcomed in my grove."
And we had left the painting here when he wasn't here. The painting that Darius had given us, so that would have been like for him when he got back.
Yeah, you would notice that kind of hanging up on a tree nearby. So he definitely
Greetings,
got
friend.
that.
Thought we'd stop by while we were in the area. And I would give him a little bit of an update on like the corruption in the storm coil and the hag's machinations.
So basically tell him everything. He listens intently, nodding. He says,
One of the
quite the predicament. The hag if she is allowed to bring her people back into the Feywild proper, while it would be better than her using the corruption against the lords, it could also mean decent amounts of suffering for the citizens of the Feywild. He says the hags are,
Well,
not the best group of people.
one of the things that I wanted to check in with you about was whether you know of any other greater Fae who are still corrupted, or if you know of any fronds or branches or leaves or corrupted parts of you, Brenthara, that might have been lost or left behind during your illness. It might help us continue to generate cures.
She says, I mean, there are times when I had pruned some of my dead branches off. It's part of being a treant. Do you think those would still have potency?
I know not. I'm just guessing. We've unfortunately lost the scale of the storm coil to the hag, and that was what was allowing us to make we made only 2 cures. You received 1, and the storm coil received the other.
She says, well, storm coil's scale is much larger and more likely more powerful than just small branches I may have dropped. She says, you're welcome to take a look, but my guess is the essence of those would pale in comparison to something like a huge scale.
I understand. Do you know of any other greater Fae that are corrupted in these woods that you have encountered or know of?
She says the treants, but thanks to your cure, we've been dealing with it, or trying to.
So the standard ritual is working for that one.
Says, well, we haven't gotten it to work yet because we haven't figured out a good vessel to contain the corruption. But once we have cracked that part of the ritual, I believe we'll be able to do what you've been doing.
I see.
She says, for now, we've sort of contained the corrupt treants, and they will be healed once we have the means.
Very good. Well, we will continue. We have a number of things to try and do. I appreciate all of your assistance.
So Vayreth will look to Glenn, and he says, I've heard you do not approve of the druids.
It's 22 hours.
That said, if there's any way I can help you to solve your problem with the courts, do not hesitate to ask me. He says, I am in your debt, all of your debt, for what you've done for me. I never thought I'd see Brenthara freed from the corruption. All right, so that's all he'd say.
Okay.
Yeah. Good to know.
We will be off.
All right, so are we going to, do we have any leads as to where Titania might have fled to? Or do we know who might know?
Have to go back to Thornreach maybe
Thornreach,
to talk to her people.
Also, real quick, did she try to read my mind, or?
Who? You mean when you made the save?
Yeah, from Elakar, or?
You don't know if it was her, but definitely something was trying to read your mind. You didn't feel like it was a charm.
Okay.
Something was trying to connect to you.
I was going to say, while Glenn begins to put his plan into action, another thing I think we should be doing meanwhile is, 2 things. One, continue trying to find what Dalreese and whoever Valor Flamegrove and Dalreese, continue to try and find something that perhaps would substitute for the scale in helping them make more cures. Secondly, I think at some point I should go back to Gaian and empty this crystal so that I can come back here and continue to soak up corruption, because we did learn that the hag cannot make new corruption. She just has control of the corruption that was brought here already.
Don't question, but why don't we just bring the tower here and then have it just directly, like, vacuum clean up everything?
Well, I don't know if the tower can vacuum, but emptying
With the crystal.
power into the tower would give us more teleports. You're right.
So right, we can just keep chugging away.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
For although it's
But I think we also want to follow Glenn's plan here as well. I think we should follow kind of both paths.
although
But
it's
if we
say,
can-
and I don't mean to be a party pooper, old lady, but I'm worried that if we start stealing her corruption, wouldn't Minthara get mad at us and maybe try to do something?
Perhaps, but we can start down in the Storm Coil's domain, or well, we could start here in this grove. Surely she's not going to object. Well, she might object, but we could help with the treants here in this grove, and we could help with the Storm Coil's children below. For starters, we don't have to do stuff right under her nose.
He says, "All right, just thought I'd mention it."
I don't know how well she can sense exactly, what corruption. I mean,
But there might be times we encounter it and it's blocking our way and we need to. So, I mean,
yeah,
it's going to happen.
we don't have to. Yeah. I think we should continue trying to pick up the bits we find, and this grove, the treants and the Stormcoil's children could be the first things that we actually seek out. That's kind of the route I'd like to continue.
Yeah.
And that's what I didn't want to say when we were there in her grove. But
Alright.
for starters, shall we go up to Solarin or to Thornreach and check in with... Start talking to the court? Is that what you want to do, Glenn?
Well, Solir would say we definitely should tell them about the ceasefire if we are being honest about helping her. She says if an attack happens and they aren't informed, then that would destroy any hope of this succeeding.
Yeah. All right. So back to the clouds.
All right.
Yeah, to Thornreach. Right?
Okay. Yeah, so I guess we would get back into our little cloud rooms and go flying.
Need to check something really quick. Oh, Estrella sheet froze me.
I don't know why that always happens to you. It's so strange.
Oh, it loaded. It
I
might
never had
be.
any-
I think it's because you have so many spells on your spell list.
Right, but I never have any trouble.
Yeah, I don't know. Alright. Alright.
What you looking for?
I was looking at a couple of sheets, but I think I got my answer. Garen, I need a charisma save.
What am I? What is this?
What's going on with Garen right now?
Yo, wait.
Something's going
Wait.
I have -1 on charisma. Wait a minute, guys. I'm burning a luck point. Wish me luck.
No. Alright.
Okay. Alright.
Continue.
Give it to me.
Didn't mean to.
Oh wait.
interrupt.
I don't notice anything.
Not yet.
Uh-oh.
I'll say you feel like you have like a little twitch, and like then like you feel normal again.
Anyways,
Are you okay?
yeah, that was so weird for
Oh.
a second.
I guess this was before we turned into clouds, but
No, this was right now. This was
Mm.
just as you were speaking with the treants.
Mm.
I guess would you even notice that twitch? I guess Garen and Estrella might. I don't know if Uslag would with the 16. It was
yeah, maybe not.
It's kind of minor. But yeah,
I don't know
he
if it was the
seems-
twitch. It was more like what he said after. He was kind of like, oh,
Yeah, he seems fine.
I'm wrecked.
What do you want to do? You said you're gonna fly back to Thornreach.
Thornreach.
Yeah.
Okay. It is a bit of a trip. Let's see.
Well, I guess we could go to Solarin and they have like a teleport, don't they? Or even Gale Brock.
Circle.
They have circles, but you still need to cast a spell to use the circle.
Okay.
So you want to fly there? Or you want to teleport?
It's still early in the day, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you fly there, you'll bid farewell to the treants and take flight, and that would be 8 hours.
Did I?
We drop every now and then to
Yeah.
take a rest, but
And I think does this last 8 hours?
Yeah.
Okay, so you probably would you recast
I put
it
it in
as you
I put it in extended effects when I.
All right, because you took. I'll just say you make it there. It's fine. So yeah, you make it there as the spell is wearing off. It's now about 5:30 as you come sailing into Thornreach. People seem on edge. The guards are definitely keeping an eye out. Where are you heading to once you get to Thornreach?
Who's the leadership here?
well,
Valera would know, I guess.
So you have been mostly speaking to the Phoenix Guild. However,
Yeah, I mean of the Fae here.
the city is currently under martial law, or quote-unquote martial law, Feywild version of that. Under the guy that you met before, was it Briarwarden?
Briarwarden is corrupted.
No, that's the Archguardian, yeah. Warden Valeth. The one you met at the initial keep.
Okay. So then, yeah, I think we would go talk to him.
Alright, so yeah, you would find him kind of in a meeting with the council as well as several other Fae. As you enter, he says, the Splitlanders. I was told of what you were attempting. I haven't gotten word back yet. Were you able to stop Stormcoil?
Indeed, we still need to cure the corruption from some of his children, but the storm coil is restored and has returned to the depths.
This is excellent news. Well done, friends, and thank you.
We have new news. I would gesture to Glenn.
Alright, so you kind of let him know about the talk. He seems a little concerned. He says, may I... Or, go ahead.
And the ceasefire specifically.
The ceasefire, alright. So he says, well, we hadn't planned on any actions against the hags just yet. May I see the list of her demands? I'm just curious.
I don't see a problem with that.
Alright, is Glenn going to hand them over? I assume he would, but...
Good. We'll get back to you on that one.
Like, wait, where's Glenn? Did he go take a pee again? Where'd he go? He says, well, I would like to see the list when you find your ally. I'm curious about what their demands are. If you will allow it, I can send the list to the courts. They can deliberate and send a response.
I think we want to deliver it ourselves.
Probably,
we do have some rapport with the court, so
direct negotiations. Once you start doing telephone, it never works out.
Yeah.
He says, so you wish to advocate on behalf of the hags and their requests? He seems kind of thrown off by this.
No. Well, yeah, but we're not. This is.
Oh, did you mention that deal you made? That.
No, just that we have.
Okay.
Yeah.
I assume you didn't, because that would be.
We've organized the ceasefire, and we were given some demands.
No, we're no, this is not something to dismiss offhand. You know, there's a lot to consider. You know, and there's some nuance as well. You know, nuance could be entirely lost while you're you know, trying to pass the potato with the messenger.
Well,
Yeah.
as I told you when we first met, one of the worst things to do is to make a deal with a hag. So, I'm not sure if if this will go over well with the courts. That said, with the power they hold, they're extremely dangerous.
It's
All
that
right.
or probably
Well-
war against the hag and all of her shadow corrupted beings.
Which is also not a great option.
Nope.
As well, if you find Glenn, I would like to look at the list, and perhaps we can arrange for you to travel to meet with one of the ambassadors from the court. I know that
Yeah, I'll see where you went off to.
He says, I know that there have been some troubles in the mainland, so I think many of the courts are preoccupied. But I'm sure they would be willing to deal with the hags, or at least I hope they would.
Yeah, they're not preoccupied with the takeover of the hag. I kind of thought Titania was probably off organizing something against her, but could be wrong.
He says, well, that's part of what they're preoccupied with.
I'd
I just
imagine.
know that when I told them of Stormcoil, they said it might be a while before they could send reinforcements. Honestly, it's a response I was expecting, as they have little resources for us in the outskirts. So, he says, ever since the corruption first appeared, the courts seem to be preoccupied. Though if you ended it, I'm not sure what they're preoccupied with now.
Another reason for us to go see for ourselves.
Yes. He says,
Would now be a good time for a break, actually.
yeah, we could do a break
Break?
since we don't know
Yeah,
where Glenn.
he could finish what he was saying. Yeah.
He just would say, I mean, I'm hopeful we can resolve this, but from what I know of my own dealings with hags, it always seems like they resort to trickery. So, I don't
We've
know.
had that experience ourselves, but we could try.
All right, and we can take a break.
Yeah.
All right, be right back.
Okay. Same. I'm back.
How's everyone doing?
I'm good.
Good.
Tired. I wish I'd been able to take a nap.
Me too.
But I'm good.
How's the Witcher playthrough?
I didn't get to play the last few days, so I'm still kind of scratching the surface of Hearts of Stone. It's really fun. I'm excited to play it more this weekend
Nice.
once things get a little quieter. But I'm also
I don't want to say anything about Hearts of Stone. Where are you? Like,
I went to oh gosh, I forgot his name because it's been a few days. The thugs that like took over the house.
okay.
I met Shawnee, or I didn't meet Shawnee, but you know, we had the little quest at with Shawnee.
you-
Got yeah, I got a little further than that because I did the shipwreck and
Okay.
everything. Yeah,
Have you met Gaunter already?
yeah. Well, yeah. Apparently,
Okay.
you meet him early in the game, but I didn't remember
Yeah,
him. But yeah, you're supposed to remember him. I think.
It's interesting replaying the game, and because you meet him in the very first inn in the game, like when you walk in, like the very beginning of the game.
Yeah, he's gonna be an interesting one for sure.
Yeah, that like the first Heart of Stones is definitely more narratively focused. There's not like a lot of openness to it, but it's a really like well crafted narrative story. And then Blood and Wine is like the opposite. It's like it's got a good story, but like it adds this huge area.
To explore new maps. So
Yeah,
I'll be ready for that after this. I think this line. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Oh yeah, and then you'll be ready for later when they add the new DLC.
Yeah. That's like a year or two away, year and a half. I think is
it's
what I
supposed
picked
to
up.
be-
Is it sooner than that?
I think it's supposed to be. It might be sometime. It might be end of this year or early next year. I don't think it's supposed to be like a couple years off. It's definitely going to be. I think it's supposed to be within the next year.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah, I haven't looked too much into it just because I don't want any like spoilers necessarily. So I'm a little out of the loop. But yeah, maybe it'll give me another little time to play either another playthrough of it or like a new game plus, kind of just to try some more challenge. Yeah. Now that I understand like the mechanics of the game, like it. Yeah, I feel like I could definitely use a little bit more difficulty in some situations.
That's what a lot of people say. You know, if on their playthroughs, to just like crank everything up to nightmare.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'll stress myself out. I mean, going from Elden Ring to this, I was like, oh no, I got this boss fight. I got this. They're fun though. Like it's not about. Yeah, it's not the same sort of. Like you're not playing it for the same reasons as you play Elden Ring, or like you're not trying to beat something in the same. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I think you get it. But yeah,
like,
so I love the combat in The Witcher. It's fun.
You play Elden Ring for the feeling of overcoming something
challenge, yeah.
difficult and like bettering yourself. And I'm saying you play
Exactly.
Witcher 3 because it's a fun game.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a good game for me right now. But I do want to go back to I want to like go back to the Souls series. Someone, one of my Skyrim friends, there's like a Dark Souls like overhaul of Skyrim that she like installed, and it looked incredible. But I don't know how much it adds as far as quests or anything. But I was just like, holy shit! Like you could do anything in Skyrim.
Oh yeah, my God.
But it made me like want to go play that. So
You should yeah, you should definitely I think you'd like it. I think you should play the first Dark Souls. It definitely still is worth playing.
yeah,
Because
I think I would get a lot out of it.
Yeah, it is still like such a great study on how you can make one world and have it feel like so interconnected without having to have like teleports. Because no other Souls game, I feel like, until Elden Ring did that, just because it's an open world game, and Dark Souls is able to do that without having like, you know, kind of it being like really an open world game with a map and everything. Because Elden Ring is the first game with a map. No other Souls
Oh
game
yeah,
with a map.
it's the other ones are more linear, right? Kind of
Yeah, and because even Dark Souls 2 and 3 are to the point where like there is a hub world, and you teleport out to areas, and you know, and they kind of open up and can branch off into a couple different paths, but you're ultimately, there's a hub world that you teleport to stages from, and well, and no, Dark Souls 3 has that. Yeah, not 2. 2 and 1 are a little more open. 1 is open, like I said, you have kind of like your base area, like Firelink Shrine, and you kind of just take a few exits out of that, and to that, the world just kind of like branches out. And as you explore, you kind of like open up shortcuts. And then, you know, there's so many moments in this game. Like there's one where you unlock the elevator, like kind of early on in the playthrough, and it's so funny because you go down the elevator, and you're like, oh my God, I'm back in Firelink Shrine. Holy crap, that's crazy. And it shows you just like how connected the world. There's so many times where you just like, you kick down a ladder and it's like, huh, I wonder where this goes. Oh, this is a shortcut back to the other bonfire. It's just like, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's always very helpful. Don't have to make the run all over again when you inevitably die.
Is everyone back?
Yep.
Looks
All
like
right.
it.
So, Glenn, you missed a lot of stuff when you stepped away. They were asking if you could show them the agreement or the demands the hags had.
Yes, you would hand over the paper. Here you go.
Right. So Warden Valeth would take a look at it. He says, I was afraid it would be something like this. They wish reintegration into the mainlands. He says, well, that's the main thing they wish, and I don't think the courts are going to allow it. He says, there was a time when their peoples were allowed to travel more freely, but they caused a lot of chaos within the more inhabited parts of the Feywild. He says, "Why are you
true that
speaking on their
they were
behalf?"
here?
Just out of curiosity.
Because honestly, things are gonna go bad if I don't.
He says,
Because
I know. Go ahead.
I know that if the hag came here and talked to y'all directly, that it would be an emotional response from you guys. You know, that's a tough pill to swallow when you've got someone with a gun against your head telling you what to do. And I know you guys, you know, essentially, so to speak, are sometimes willing to take your nose to spite your face. And
well, I assume you're speaking of the courts. As warden of the the Borderlands, I deal with the hags all the time.
Yeah, the courts. And honestly, the courts owe us and I'm just gonna have to make them see that this is the right move, because I said not only do they owe us, I can just be, if my persuasiveness doesn't work, I can be frank in the fact that they're going to be destroyed and subjugated if they don't. And I'm sure that playing the long game, after a few thousand years, they'll gain power back just as the Fae, or just as the hags. But if I'm able to make an Archhag put down the sword for a second and pursue peace, I'm hoping that I can convince the Archfey to do the same. But obviously, all they want is to live in peace, because she totally could have just been like, nah, I'm just going to fuck them up,
Well, she wants her people to be able to travel to the inner parts of the Feywild within the Empire proper. But I feel that there was a reason they were banished in the first place. The hags, as I said, caused a lot of strafe and chaos. That's why they were sent to the frontier areas. But they do have an advantage now with the power that Malakara has gained. So I don't know if we can afford to not listen.
Exactly. I mean, it's, this is better than her ruling a corrupted, Feyland completely.
Alright. So, as you are speaking, the door to the chamber would open, and an elf would walk in. And he says, I am here on behalf of the Fey Courts. He says, you said there were people who wished to bargain on behalf of the hags. He says, I'm here to speak with you. My name is Emissary Norabach. And he walks
yes.
up and smiles and says, well, what is your name, good sir? He looks to Glenn.
Hello, my name is Glenn Whisperwitz. I am, kind of shrugs. I am here to negotiate on behalf of the hag.
Yes, I was told. We received your message, Warden Valeth. And he seems a little confused. He says, you got here quick. And he says, yes, well, the courts realize there is danger, so they wanted me to come address this as soon as possible. He says, and I don't want to be rude, so what about the rest of you? What are your names? He smiles and kind of looks around the group.
Uslag would introduce herself. Uslag, chosen of the Raven Queen.
He says, oh, yes, I see the tattoos. He says, the goddess of death, I believe. The Shadowfell god. Oh, very interesting. And what have you, good sir? He looks to Garen. You're a bit tall.
I'm Garen.
How tall is Garen? Is he tall, or am I misremembering?
He's a little on the taller side. Let me
remember him being tall and lanky.
Yeah. Let me try to remember. I don't have it written down. He's on the taller, tall, lanky side. Yeah.
So he kind of looks you up and down. He says, "My." He taps his chin. My. Oh, and you, good woman, looks to Estrella. Looks to Estrella.
She's muted. Hey, you're muted, Miri, if you're here.
Estrella says, line. Oh, she said she had to step away for a few.
That's Estrella. She's a druid, but we don't hold
My
it against
name's
her.
Estrella. Oh, well met, Estrella. It's good to meet you. You all have such interesting auras about you. It's very nice to meet all of you. Advocates for the hags. I'm sure there's a story behind that. He smiles. So I assume
There definitely is.
you tell him, unless you want to roleplay
Yes.
telling him.
No, that's fine. I explain it to him.
Do you
My
include the part about the deal you made? Like that
About
if you
Ted?
don't to free Ted, you have to get them to agree.
I don't.
Okay, so
Not
you
now.
leave that part out. So he listens again, kind of tapping his chin. He says, "My," and this list, this is quite a bit. He says, "I definitely feel that Malakara is overstepping a little. While no one wants war, I mean, there was a reason why these measures to keep her people out were put in place." He says, "Tell me, Glenn, do you think that these hags can be trusted to once again be let into the Empire proper?"
He thinks for a second. I do, but I wouldn't trust my judgment too much, as it's been fairly faulty as of late. But Malakara and hags are creatures of opportunity.
He says, "Yes, they certainly are."
But they're also, I have found, not to be liars. If she is saying that she simply gathered this power so that she could negotiate from a position of strength. If she's wanting integration back into the larger realm of the Fae, then I believe she holds no ill will to cause harm, if that's the case. Because she could have easily, with the power she wields now, chosen not to negotiate and just bring down the sword.
Says it would have been a bloody battle, I will admit, though her victory is far from assured versus a power as formidable as the Fae Courts. Now I know hags well. He says their penchant for bargains is very similar to that of demons. It's almost like they are the demons of the Feywild. I don't doubt that she is going to break her promises, but they are famous for their manipulations. He says, "I'm curious about why you don't trust your judgment, but I'll get back to you on that." He turns around and says, "What about you, Garen? What do you feel? Should we be trusting these hags and allowing them their demands?"
Me? Well, yeah,
Says, "Yes, you."
Glenn's usually a better judge of character than
"Oh, come
me.
now. You seem like a fine judge of character. I want differing opinions, or perhaps the same. I don't know you all. But tell me your thoughts on this. You seem like one that doesn't speak up much. Now is your chance. Embrace!
So what,
Embrace!" And he smiles and winks at you.
Okay. I mean, look, she is shifty and underhanded. But I mean, I think we could go. I think this is something negotiate. I mean, it's the first round proposal. As negotiations do, you can go a little back and forth. And on our end, I think we can go vacuum cleaner duty and start slowly eroding
He says, "What is a
some of the
vacuum
corruption here.
cleaner?" It sounds like
It's mostly suction. As you know, we have a way of sucking out the corruption that is plaguing in this. But our current
I didn't know that,
recept-
actually. You'd be surprised how much information does not always travel. He says, "I knew that there was some sort of cleansing that had occurred, but I wasn't sure of the exact methods. I'll have to let Oberon know."
yes, we were able to suction out into a receptacle, but this receptacle is currently limited. But from what we can tell, the corruption is finite. There's no way that she can grow it. So, in essence, if we're just slowly start receding, we'll do a little maybe pressure from that end, and then I'll provide answer with some reasonable terms from the other end. I mean, and obviously having the most illustrious negotiator in all of the realms that I point to, Glenn. I think we could. I think we have a shot.
So, in theory, should we have enough time, we could just take away the corruption as a weapon from her, and not even have to negotiate.
Well, yes, but surely she will, at some point, she will draw a line at the sand, and it'll probably be sooner than later. So I'm just spitballing here.
I'll say that Estrella, Garen, and Glenn, with your passive perceptions, would notice that this guy is kind of staring fairly intently at Garen as he speaks. It's kind of odd. Like, not as... he definitely is staring at him a little bit different than he was, like, staring at Glenn. But he just kind of, maybe realizes he's doing it and kind of stops himself and says, well, I appreciate your input on this, Garen. Thank you. And thank you for telling me about the corruption thing. It's good to know. What about... go ahead.
I was going to give a strange sigh. Yeah, sure, no problem. I look at Steeler like, is it something I said?
And he will turn on his heel towards Uslag and say, and what of you, Raven... Raven representative of the Raven Queen. What do you think of all this?
Well, we originally came here, as you know, to stop the Shadowlord from taking over the Feywild and corrupting it, and in so doing threaten our realm as well. It seems our main goal has been finished, but in the meantime, we have made allies here, and we see their suffering, and we've made promises, and I intend to follow through on that, even though we have our own issues to deal with. So I think the best we can do is give you all an option. I really hope that you all consider it instead of blindly holding on to the past, I suppose. But I agree with Glenn on most of this.
He is definitely looking at you intently as you speak and nodding, and says, that's some good points. He says, well, I won't lie. I feel like a lot of these demands are a bit dangerous to comply with. And you're saying that they are not willing to negotiate. They need all of these demands.
No, I think she was negotiating. I mean, I don't think, it's a huge bandwidth, obviously, but it's a negotiation. There's always some room.
He says, almost like he's changing the subject, he says, tell me, Glenn, your friends here say that you are very skilled at the art of persuasion, yes?
Glenn.
Line.
Yes, sir.
He says, tell me, Glenn, your friends here say you're extremely skilled at the art of persuasion. Is that correct?
He nods. I mean, I was able to convince the hag to allow me to go in her stead.
He says, you wouldn't happen to be, what were they called? A bard, would you?
He nods that I am.
He says, oh, I would be very curious to hear how well you play music. He says, it's been a long journey, and I would love to hear a song. Strangely changing the subject.
And he, again, he holds his arm out, and his instrument just kind of ejects from his hand out of nowhere.
It's like Assassin's Creed, but a lute instead of...
Yeah, except it's just a lute.
instead of a hidden blade. It's a flute or something. He says, "Oh, that's neat."
Yes, he will. I was. I do have a vested interest in these talks going well because I need the hag to release Lyriel so that I can challenge her to a contest.
Oh, I love contests. And he claps. He says, "What were you going to challenge her
This
to?"
guy.
To a contest of music.
Oh, well, now I have to hear one of your songs.
Well, I shall play you a song of the finest maiden in the realm.
He says, "Oh,
Well, can I like incite him? Like, what is going on? Like, this guy is a little all over the place, but he's not. It's not clumsy. Like, so what's his game?
We're just not used to such chipper
he
and
does
friendly
seem very chipper and friendly and charismatic. And I will say, Warden Valeth says, good emissary. Perhaps we should concentrate on the topic at hand. The negotiations. I mean, music is all well and good, but I mean, we need to deal with this situation, the frontier." And he says, my good warden, what good is living life if one can't enjoy music from time to time? He says, the hags can wait. I wish to hear Glenn's music.
Yes, there is
And
always time for music.
It seems like Vareth is about to say, or Valeth is about to say something, but he just kind of stops and gets a strange look on his face and says, of course. And he just turns around and walks over to his throne and sits down. Which might seem a little odd to you.
All right. Well, he will play Uslog's song.
All right, so you play him Uslog's song. Go ahead and give me a performance check.
Okay.
I guess if you have performance and what's it called? Proficiency in your instrument you're doing, that would be advantage if you have proficiency in both.
Oh, okay.
Same as with thieves' tools.
Nice. Okay. So, if I
remind me, how does the song go?
I'm not gonna sing it again.
Sing me like the first line, so I remember.
It was
because I forget what song.
In the tavern of Oakhaven.
All right, the
maiden
Wanderer.
One fine day.
Pig Iron. Yeah. Okay. All right. Give me a performance.
I clicked on it. Let's see if it'll actually cut through. Ooh, 27.
27. So he's like, he seems very enthralled. He says, "Oh, this is quite the exciting song." And he looks to Uslog. Are you really this strong, my lady?
Yeah. I suppose. I'm as strong as I need to be in the moment.
She's just being shy and modest. She is. I downplay her strength in the song.
He says, "Well, you must be if the Raven Queen made you her avatar." He says, "How impressive! What an impressive group."
The Raven and Queen and I have a vested interest, a similar interest in stopping the Shadowlords.
He says, "Oh yes, the Shadowlords. I don't know too much about them. Just bits and pieces." Oh, did you get back yet, Estrella? Or did she still step away? No, she's probably still away. All right. So he says, "Well, I don't want to take sides here, but I think you might actually win that contest if you challenged what's her name?"
Oh,
for real?
Thank you. I feel like she has been resting on her laurels for too long. Needs someone to really shake things up.
Yeah.
He says, "A lot of these Fey Court people have." He says, So why don't we have a drink, discuss things a little bit more? I'm curious to hear more about your travels.
What's your you're an emissary?
Emissary Norabach, milady, and he bows and smiles.
Is this your
So we should-
usual?
I got it. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out this guy too.
You know, I would be happy to drink with you after the negotiations are done. You know, then we can drink in celebration together.
He says, well, I mean, I would hope you would, but I would like to know more about your group. He says, I feel those representing the hags, as those representing the hags, I should know a little bit more about your motivations and how you fit into all of this.
Representing hags is a little strong. I'd say middlemen and women.
Right. We are on the side of the Feywild as a whole. This,
We're on the
of
side of
finding a
balance more than the hag.
right. Yeah. Yes.
I guess Glenn, give me a persuasion check.
Lock in.
Lock in.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
That's
That's
locked
locked in right there. That right there is locked the fuck in.
Says, well, I suppose you make a good point, Glenn. This is a serious matter, after all. He says, I don't suppose the hags gave you any information on which of these points they're willing to negotiate with.
No, to be honest, I'm not here to negotiate for everything. I know that, and to be honest, the hag has very little, Malakar has very little trust that I will be able to succeed in my task, because I'd like to prove her wrong. She assumes that there's just too much animosity for you to succeed these points, and that it's going to turn bloody.
As well, I mean, I of course have to bring some of the negotiations back before the court. I speak with some authority, but depending on the final agreement, I will have to check with some of my superiors.
They are able to seed. I was able to get the Malakar to seed that any hags moving into any larger Fey areas that they're currently forbidden from, that they are not in hag form, that they appear as, not scary.
As well, I'd be much more curious about, or I'd be much more worried about their contracts, their agreements, than their forms. I mean, actually, if they stayed in their regular forms, people would be much less likely to even interact with them. He says it's their disguises that make them more dangerous. That said, I'm still a little curious. So you say you're doing this because you don't want to, because you want to show her that you can convince the courts, yes? You don't want to lose to her, kind of.
No, I what I want is for this cycle of destruction to finally end. Because it's. I mean, I have the same conversation with her, that you guys are locked in this endless swinging pendulum battle where it swings from one side and then eventually to the other for eternity. And I would think that beings that live so long and are supposed to be so wise would find a way to break the cycle.
He says, well, I mean, I don't know if I'd call it a pendulum. It's not like these hags will Well, I guess they did get power this time, but it's not like the hags will constantly gain power over us. I mean, they were banished because of their actions against the courts and the Empire. I mean, even with this corrupt power, I don't feel Malakara could destroy us. And we don't really wish to destroy them either. We just don't want them interfering with our, with the people of the Feywild. The Eladrin and the elves and, well, I mean, you know how it is. I'm sure in the material plane you have creatures that are nothing but trouble and you keep them away from your empires. If they were suddenly given rights to come in and do as they please, it would be pandemonium, chaos. Yes?
It depends on how the integration happens. I mean, if you just let things happen willy-nilly, but I mean, the thing is that there can be further talks. I mean, between you and the hag, you and Malakara. You know, I'm sure she'd be able to cede some points on how things, integrate. I'm sure she wouldn't be opposed. I'm sure it'd be fine if it's not just like bam, hags can go everywhere all at once. I'm sure she'd be willing to entertain the idea of like a structured, reintegration, to help smooth things over. I mean, she is a somewhat reasonable person. The thing is, she just wants essentially to be treated like an equal. I feel like, because I feel like she feels, and whether it's warranted or not is irrelevant, but she feels like her people have been persecuted, and whether it's just that she has been because of their own actions. I'm just saying that we could avoid a whole lot of bloodshed and fighting if we could just have a little bit of trust and come to terms.
I just realized it's about dinner time. We should get some food, sit down, and speak more of this. He says, and don't worry, it's not the type of food that would affect you in any way. He says, this is normal city food, nothing like you might get out in the wilds. How does that sound?
I feel like you're trying... I like you, but you're doing what I would do. I feel like you're trying to stall and charm us, and I would rather us finish our conversation and then celebrate.
This is my good man.
Rather than us...
Are you saying that you're trying to charm and stall me? And he laughs. I think you just gave the game away a little. He pats you on the shoulder. He says, I'm just a bit hungry, and I have more questions, I guess. But I assure you, by the end of our talk, I will most likely have something to bring before the Fey Courts, and something I can speak with the hags about. He says, but it's dinner time. You must all be hungry.
I suppose we can eat. He kind of
Excellent.
Clearly.
Yeah.
And he will say, follow me. I know a great place in Thornreach. Well, it's been a while since I've been this far south. Hopefully the patronage is still good.
Tell me about yourself. What is your role in the Summoner Corps?
He says, constant moving about to deliver messages here and there, make sure the courts are communicating correctly. It's very busy, especially with all the happenings as of late. Shadowlords and hag negotiations, the god's damn storm coil coming out from below. It's almost like Zation have entered the Feywild, and he winks at you.
I bet it gets kind of annoying sometimes.
He says, I don't know if annoying's the right word, but it does keep you on your feet. One must always pay close attention with all the happenings, as I said, especially recently. And
well, you could.
You're not sure why or how, but you realize you're now sitting at a table, almost like you had teleported. There's a bunch of people in the bar talking and laughing, and you have a bunch of really nice-looking meals in front of you. And you look over, and it looks like Nora Bach is already eating. He says, tell me more, tell me more.
You know, I feel like you know what you should do?
Oh, I'm all
After
ears.
this is all settled, you should come with us back to Gaian and follow us around.
That sounds like quite the adventure, he says, but, an emissary's work is never done. I'm most likely going to have some other thing come up, more messages to deliver, more negotiations to be had. He says the courts are always busy. He says,
sure
why would you want me to
do it.
Well, maybe. Well, why would you want me to follow you around?
I just think that you would find it much more interesting than doing what you're doing now.
Is anyone else saying anything? Because you would all have
I'm-
this strange experience as well, where you're like, huh? And you're like sitting at this table.
Yeah, I was a little perplexed by all of
I'm
this.
suspicious. This is all just.
Yeah.
This is very weird. And
Yeah,
I had-
Yeah, I follow what
Before-
Glenn's trying to figure out.
yeah, before I
I'm
was like, my
just-
mind was someone was trying to read my mind, and now it's, I feel like, I had a weird twitch. Something's off.
He says, you guys, your food's getting cold. Come on, eat. Enjoy. Good
Yeah.
music, smoke. It's warm. Enjoy the ambiance. And he just takes in a big sniff.
What's going on here? Lux is kind of like,
Says, what do you mean? We're having dinner, like we said we would.
Oh,
Are you,
I don't seem to.
are you not hungry
We don't remember
anymore?
walking over here. Is it just to be clear? I just want to make sure. We don't remember walking here.
That's odd. No, we had a nice conversation on the way over. I said this is a lovely place. We were seated. Just the bards are playing, not nearly as good as you, of course. But
Can I insight his intentions?
yeah,
Sure,
I want to
you can make
insight
an
him too.
insight.
Yeah.
Come here.
I mean, we've had our minds messed with before. We kind of were like,
Okay.
So the rest of you might feel like, yeah, maybe we just kind of forgot to walk over. That's a little odd. But Estrella, you definitely think some kind of magic happened.
Mhm.
You're not sure what exactly or why. This is all very peculiar, whoever this individual is. He says, well, I've heard that the capital of your country has been having issues. Lots of infighting and attacks on it. Are you sure it would be safe to go to Gaian right now?
Oh yes, we don't spend much time in the capital anyway. We're running around chasing the tails of the Shadowlords and trying to deal with them.
I bet. He says, and this new threat, this Malin and his fire giants. I've heard horrible things.
No, you haven't.
You
I
say
look
that?
at him. Yeah, I look at him and I give him.
yeah.
That
How would
is.
you hear that?
It's not quite public knowledge. I'm afraid you overplayed your part.
Who
This
are
is
you,
overplayed.
really?
What do you mean?
As I said, we are in the presence of one of the greatest bards of the world, and we as a group ourselves pick up a thing or two. I was suspicious when someone was trying to poke around my mind earlier today, but unfortunately,
Who was in your mind?
unfortunately, you tell me.
So, can
I hadn't even bet you earlier today.
Hardly a denial.
He
the type
smiles.
of magic that would be required to do what was just done Can I make any sort of check to, like, is that like the magic on the level of an archfey?
I mean, now that you're, well, give me another insight check.
Okay, I do one also. Or...
Actually, I will give you a wisdom save. DC is 28, both of you.
All right, I'm gonna burn a lucky again, but this is a tall task for me. Yeah. No, oh, nice! Let's go.
Right.
Clutch. Let's go.
So, yeah, you think about it for a moment. Garen, you think about it. You're like, oh no, you probably just forgot. This is really strange that I'd forget that, though. Glenn, you definitely think almost something like memory modification or some kind of very powerful magic has happened. Especially thinking back to how the warden acted when this guy talked to him.
Glenn is going to... Glenn's going to cast Modify Memory on himself.
Just in the middle of the bar here, you're going to start chanting?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
So the emissary looks at you fascinated as you start playing with magical energies. He says, oh, what are you doing?
Just checking something. Don't mind me.
Alright, so you cast Modify Memory to see if your memory was changed?
Yeah, and to undo it, if it has been.
So you don't think you're... Well... Actually, what would you... what? Okay. So, I guess... No, I don't think you would actually have any modified memories here. But you think you were with him and then you were in this place. You don't think he changed your memory. But yeah, there's definitely some, now that you made your saving throw and with those insight checks, there's definitely something odd going on here.
So
like,
that type of magic required, though, is that Archfey level of magic?
Or wish. It's definitely like high level, like beyond what anyone you know can do.
Wow.
It's like actually like kind of manipulating reality a bit, if this is what you think it is. And the fact that your memory wasn't modified, you're starting to think there's something definitely powerful at play here.
Guys,
and he'll so real quick, he'll look back to Garen and say, why don't you think I could have heard about the happenings in your homeworld? He says the Fey Court is privy to much information.
Yes, but this information is perhaps, what was it, 2 days old? And we didn't exactly telegraph it around.
Well, perhaps I spoke to the Phoenix Guild.
The Phoenix Guild doesn't know about him.
He says, well...
I'm afraid you overplayed your part.
So how is Titania doing?
He says, she's doing well. Kind of looks away from Garen back to Glenn. He says she's a little bit concerned about her servants, but she herself is busy but well.
Well, I'm glad to hear that she's well.
He kind of looks back to Garen, looks to you.
What about Lord Oberon?
Says, well, I mean, he's same. They've both been extremely busy with all the happenings of the Feywild.
Do I sense anything from him? Or do I notice anything from him when he says Oberon? Or when I say when I ask about Oberon?
Doesn't seem like it. He would say, I'm confused. It seems like our conversation here is soured a bit. He says, are you worried about my intentions, Garen or Glenn?
Well, with the hag, we do expect surreptitious nature and its ilk, but with the fake courts, I was hoping for a bit more pragmatic and direct conversation.
He says, "Wait, I just realized something." He says, "Estrella, we never really spoke." He smiles at you.
Okay.
As Estrella is
so-
pulling.
Yeah, so
She's
while-
like poking at her soup, like, "What? Oh,
No, actually, she
Put it in chat.
She put on the spectacles that Chomsky had made for the Gem of Seeing.
Mhm.
She pulled them down on her nose and activated the gem during this conversation. She's peering at him and at the food and around us.
So you don't see you don't see much of a difference from him. You would
Mhm.
notice there are several invisible fairies flying around this room,
Are they like
which is a little
serving
strange.
food or?
No, they're not serving the food. They just seem to be kind of maybe patrolling.
Okay.
But he would say, "Tell me, what's your opinion, Estrella? I mean, what do you think about these hags? Do you think they're worth negotiating with?" Did I
think
catch
that it
you
is
off
worth
guard with this question? He smiles.
I think it's worth pursuing talks in the interest of peace and of returning the balance here that has been shifted. But in truth, it is my intention to continue to clear the corruption.
He says, "Has your master also put you up to this, or is this something that you're doing on your own?"
My master.
He says, "Of course, the one you serve."
She just kind of like eyes him.
"I assume your friends know." He kind of says, "Oh, did I just make things awkward?"
I give her like a really look, and then I give him like a well played. Hey, you are quite good at distractions, I must admit.
He's gonna say,
Glenn, he could actually give you a run for your money, but in fairness, I wouldn't know he's using high level magic, but I suspect he's amplifying it with some sort of magic.
Well,
I just say it to Glenn.
Of course he'd give me a run for his money. I suspect that we are in the presence of
Shh! He puts his finger
Oberon
up.
himself.
Don't. Everything vanishes. He says, "Really? Damn it, Glenn. I thought you would at least let me play that out." He seems annoyed now. He vanishes.
I'm sorry.
You don't know where
Wait,
you are. You're standing in like a white void. What do you want to
We're
do?
all just in a white void now.
There's just nothing around you. I'll say well, actually, Glenn, you probably think you're in some kind of pocket dimension.
Okay. Oberon, we
That
came
was-
here in good faith to negotiate. I only pulled the rug out because I don't appreciate the tricks. When I came here to negotiate in earnest, I have not I have not lied or kept any information from you, and I was hoping you would do me the courtesy of doing the same.
There's no response.
Was Oberon himself? Never
He
met him.
nods. He I began to suspect it was Oberon the longer things went. The type of magic that was displayed is the type of magic that comes from being able to alter reality with a wish.
That and
Oh, I see.
he overstepped with the Malin comment. I mean, that was very that is not as widespread.
Well, he doesn't seem pleased that you beat him at his game.
He didn't beat me. He just messed everything up, a voice booms.
So you're still here.
Says, of course I'm still here. When he fades back in. He says, I was trying to get to know the Zatian who were visiting my realm in my own way. But of
Well,
course...
you'll know that we're not easily tricked then.
He says, it wasn't about trickery, at least not completely. He says, I like to know about people in my own way. I don't know if I can make that make sense. But...
I think I can understand that, but at the same time, I said it's a matter of respect with me. I'll tell you anything you want to know. I will drink with you. I will drink you under the table and play music that will make your ears sing. I will.
But you won't let me have my games. And he crosses his arms. Says, why do you think I disrespect you? I was being very kind and polite. We were enjoying dinner, having a lovely conversation. What if that screams disrespect?
It's because of the deception.
He says, it's... You are not in Gaian anymore. The rules are different in the Feywild. I mean, I assume you know of my realm and the fairies and the tricksters of the forests and the pranks.
Yes, but I mean, you must remember we haven't been here for long. Understanding the rules and living with them are different.
He says, well, I did not mean to disrespect you, Glenn, Garen. Says Straya and Uslog seemed like they were hanging out and being chill.
Well, like I said, the Malin bit was a little much. It was you poking around earlier, wasn't it?
He says
the
again,
Malin thing's a little bit of a sore subject.
It wasn't really trickery. I mean, if I was trying to be deceptive, I would have been much more careful about what I said. I mean, I was giving you some hints that I might not be exactly who I said I was. Though if Malin is a sore subject, I apologize. I made did not want to offend. Just was curious.
Nah, it's Malin was one of the first friends I truly made after letting my guard down, and it is a sore subject because I know that one day I'm most likely going to have to end his life.
I've had friends like that. Unfortunately, most of them have perished.
Well, I wouldn't expect many to be able to stand up to Oberon himself.
He says, yeah, it's usually foolish to stand against me. That's why I wasn't too worried about the hags. Honestly, I was more worried about them hurting my people before I could stop them than I was about them actually taking over the courts. It's also why I was trying to get more information from you about why you were doing what you were doing. He says, as I said...
Well, as you said, like I said, I have a vested personal interest because I made a challenge to Lyriel, and if she is left as this corrupted husk, I cannot challenge her and win and have under my resume that I beat an Archfey in a contest of music.
So it's not actually about saving the Feywild, it's so you can have this contest of yours, huh?
It's like, can it be both?
I suppose it can be. I admire your dedication to challenging and contests. Definitely something that is held in high esteem in the Feywild.
Yeah, I made a formal challenge to her, and I am not willing to go back on that. So, and like I said, and do I want to see all the nice, all the Fae have been very kind to us since we've been here, and I don't want to see them kept corrupted, and I don't want to see more corrupted. I mean,
And you don't think that letting the hags back into the Empire will cause corruption and death with their deals that they make? Trust me, plenty of Feywild people died because of them, or at least had horrible things happen to them.
I'm under no, misguidance that the hags aren't going to fuck with people once they get back into the kingdom. But I feel like in the long run, there's going to be more suffering if they wage war versus them making a few deals here and there after letting them back in.
So I'll tell
Not
you what.
only is it,
Go ahead.
I said, not only would the sacrifice be less, I feel like it would be smaller over a longer period of time rather than all up front, is what usually happens with a battle or a war. Yeah.
He says, I'll tell you what. I have an idea. Since you are a fan of contests, I will propose a contest for your group. He says, I always love having Zatian around. He says, I will ask you each a question, and if you answer completely honestly, I will agree to all the hag's demands. I will not even bargain with them.
I personally don't wish for you to agree with all the hag's commands. I think that there should be further negotiations.
Yeah, but sure,
boring.
I'm pretty. But yeah, sure. I mean, you could ask. I mean, yeah.
What is it about? Well, I also, what is it about Zatian that that draws you to us so much? We don't really know. I mean, we know some things, but
I'm not drawn to you, but I've just
you're
had
just interested, I suppose.
I've had your kind in my realm before. It's rare, but it happens. Says many of you die when you're very early in your careers, not very powerful. He says, but some make it here on whatever journey they are attempting. So it's always nice to talk to a few and get an idea of what they're all about.
Are our kind usually the kind to stick their nose where it doesn't belong?
Do you even have to ask that?
Yeah,
He
just like
sighs.
Is this the first time the Shadowlords have tried to intrude on this realm?
No, but this is the first time it's been as dangerous as it has. He says this corruption that they've unleashed, well, before it was brought under control, had a real danger of maybe turning this land into a void. He says if they were able to suck out all the life energy here, I mean, I don't know what they'd need that much energy for, but it was dangerous, I'll say that.
Well, in the spirit of being honest, the hag has the void taken form.
The void taken form. Ooh, this might be interesting. What does
I believe
that mean?
Titania might have seen. No, she didn't. Never mind.
Yeah, we call
what
him
was
Ted.
that, Uslag?
He's a little boy.
I thought I remembered wrong. I thought Titania had seen Ted, but I think he had dispersed before. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe anyone saw him but you guys, because Glenn stabbed him in the face.
Yeah, we call him Ted. I thought I killed him, but he just came right back a little bit later. The hag has him.
Wait, that's what I saw. And he points at Garen. He says, you have a bit of void on you. That makes sense.
What? Where? Is it on my shirt?
He says, well, something is attached to you.
Get it off! Get it off! Wait, where's the... Hey, I don't want the void. No, man.
He kind of smiles and says, it doesn't work like that. It's attached to your essence. You can't really remove it. Or
I don't know. Can I take like an essence shower or something? Or like, I don't know, greater restoration me or something.
He says, I'm guessing it's your friend Ted, because it is void related. I thought maybe it was some kind of power of yours.
Well, that is how the hag kind of got power. And, it might have been, nobody's pointing fingers, but it might have been my fault. And so that might also be a reason why I'm trying to fix things.
I see. So a bit of guilt combined with your want to show up a fellow musician.
Yeah, a little bit
Pretty
wanting to
solid
save the world.
reason.
Yeah.
And sort of
Yeah.
caring about the Feywild, but not really.
That's about, yeah.
He taps his chin. He says, "Well, I like your honesty so far. Maybe you'll do well at this game. So, do we have an agreement? If you all answer a question honestly, we'll make the deal."
Yeah, sure.
I agree,
Shrugs.
yeah.
Yeah, sure.
God, I'm so nervous for this though.
I got nothing to hide. Ask me first. I got nothing to hide.
All right. Actually, we will have to stop here because I have to come up with questions.
Oh no. Oh, that's.
Oh, you bastard.
You bastard.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that though.
Because
Ah,
I
you
have
fucking
like
ball
one
up.
question. I have a couple that I might use, but I'm thinking like, yeah, I have to think about it a little.
Okay.
You
Okay.
ball up.
Just
I have to
real
think
quick,
about what Lord Oberon might pose.
your question from earlier. I was interrupted when I'm just curious if you were speaking of my Lord Celestian or of my passenger.
Oh right.
There's no one I call master.
The Jinn.
Ah, Vidal.
Yes.
Yes. He's rather a symbiote, not really a master.
He says, so he's kind of a power source, but not someone who commands you.
Something like that.
He says it's probably a good thing. Jinn are not good to have as masters in general.
Yeah, Stray, I've always, I know you've mentioned him, but I don't think we know too much about that.
To be honest, I don't know that much about it either.
See, that's why I didn't hate you as much, because not all your power comes from Druid.
Well, we've discussed before that some of my power comes from Pelor, some from my passenger, and most from Celestian, who is very much unlike most druids.
Yeah.
So he's
I
gonna
don't like Druid.
he's gonna snap his fingers, and you are suddenly all sitting at the table again. He says, "Well, why don't we have some food?"
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
I have to redo this
Yeah.
music list. Bum, bum. All right. So you're gonna eat with him as he asks you the questions.
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll humor him now.
All right.
That
So
was
yeah, we'll have to come back to that next week. But good game, everyone.
All
ready
right.
for those questions. So
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, Garen's like, I answered
yeah,
everything previously.
Uslag doesn't really have any secrets. I'm more just like, yeah, what's going to be asked, and will I have an answer?
Will she answer? Let's do
I'm
MVP
looking for
votes.
some hard-hitting question.
And he says, and before you ask, Glenn, yes, I might come live in your mansion for a while if asked properly.
That is pretty fun.
We're just collect. He can even come to our wedding.
Oh my god, that would be awesome.
we are literally gonna have a star-studded
This is-
cast. Okay.
I'll think about it as long as you agree not to tell everyone I'm over. And
Oh no, of course not. I wouldn't do that. I'll let you have your fun.
Star-studded cast.
he says, I'll
I mean,
know if you
I mean,
did.
I'm just.
He points at you and narrows his eyes. I will know.
I won't tell anybody except those. Nobody except those already here will know.
I think I still need your votes. Okay, there we go. So Glenn with 2 votes, your MVP.
Thank you. Sorry for for hogging the whole. I feel like I just hogged the whole.
Well, this is like your element. It's like this is like your element right now. This is
Yeah.
Well,
That was all good.
Yeah, I mean, it's just remember, conversation anyone can do. It's just if you ask for stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
from,
Uslag. That's she did what she would do. Just
Yeah, if
listen.
I'm talking too much, somebody just tell me to shut up or just interrupt me.
All right, well, I'm gonna take some notes, but good game,
Yes.
everyone, and hopefully
That was
all
fun.
you-
I was not expecting to meet Oberon.
I
session.
just I just had a feeling like when he was just like, oh, and he was just like, we just snapped over and like, and then and then he knew so much about us, and then like he said, once he said something about Malin, I'm like, because I already thought he was Oberon for a bit, and I was like, is this dude Oberon? And
I
then yeah,
suspected
as
he
soon
was.
as he said
You didn't even
Malin,
let
I
him
was
get to
like,
his pranks. He had pranks planned. He had like a whole thing planned out. He
Oh,
like
I
totally
missed that.
messed up his game.
Initially, I was
That's
just
why
like,
he's kind of
is this
mad at
dude
you.
like, for a little while there, I was like, is this dude autistic? Because he like just kept like abruptly changing
I mean, if
tasks.
you read about Oberon, he does kind of sound autistic.
well, that's what
A
I was
lot of those
like.
Fae do.
Well, that's what I was like. I'm like, okay, if it's not Oberon, it's like an archfey of similar power. But I'm like,
Yeah, that's
can't
what I
be
was thinking. I didn't
Oberon.
suspect Oberon, but I was like, it's got to be like some archfey that's looking to gain from this in some way. But pleasantly surprised. I liked him. I'm just not used to people being nice to us, so I was
I know. That's what
suspicious.
I was just like. The
Yeah.
fuck is this?
Well, to be fair,
Like
you've
this-
been kind of in the boonies of the Feywild. You haven't really been in the cities that long. You haven't met many fairies or too many Fae. Well,
yeah, I mean, I guess
the
we
Fae
did
you
befriend
have
them in
met
these,
have been very serious because of where they live.
No.
I guess except on the
True,
day they
yeah.
did all the
I've
contests.
been through a bunch.
That was the one time they kind of were letting loose more.
Oh, but Oberon thinks you'd win. Against the music competition.
Yeah. So
Yeah, he has. He says he's betting on Glenn.
Hell yeah.
That's
free-
pretty good.
Need a free Lyriel, and then have a fiddle contest, and then win myself a fiddle of gold.
Yeah, especially now that Oberon is going to make it happen. He's like, Lyriel, we're having a contest. She's like, of course, my lord.
She's like, shit. I don't think this is actually gonna happen.
No, that is look. I think we should move up this wedding, guys. Like we're gonna have a star-studded cast. I'm
saying,
so
like-
Just
sorry.
have it in the Feywild.
Well, the thing is, I gotta convince Uslog to be okay with the Shadowlords coming.
Well, I mean, we were
Awkward.
talking before the session. Like, if all of our enemies show up at the wedding and we just have a giant brawl and just take care of everything, that's a pretty good wedding.
Well, as
It's
far
like-
as you know, both of the Shadow Lords are still dissipated. It would have to be Arden Relic.
That's okay.
Yeah, okay.
Perfectly
But
happy
we
with
have
them.
our
It's very unlikely
usually-
Relic is just going to show up.
Yeah.
one day.
Next
of
time
total-
Uslog sees Arden
Send him an
Relic, it is
invitation.
going to be like beeline, like punch to his face.
Right?
I'm just
There's
saying,
not
like,
going to be any talking.
in like just one day of utter truce, just like Michael Jackson did with "Beat It." So like,
Wait,
just,
I
have
don't know
to pull
that
this
story.
image.
well, like it's either it was either "Beat It" or "Bad" that Michael Jackson actually got like two rival gangs to do the dance choreography, and so like there was a truce that like while learning the dances and stuff, the gangs wouldn't fight each other. So like those extras are like real gang. Some of those extras are real gang members from like rival gang. I can't remember if it was "Beat It" or "Bad," but one of the two.
Okay. New
But,
lore acquired.
Yes. So I'm just saying, we get the Shadow Lords to come, we get Malakara, we get Oberon. I'm sure Oberon can bring Titania and Lyriel. We get all Uslog's tribe. We bring all the Splitlander NPCs we have, like Chalk.
Ask Symphony to send a contingent of.
Yeah,
female-
Uslag is going to extend an invitation to Chiron, the Bone Claw
Oh yeah,
librarian.
Chiron. We have Xana.
He's going to jump scare everyone.
You have the bad guy table. Who set the bad guy? You have Malin. You have Thovik. You're gonna have Hadrian. Then you're gonna have Malakara. Who's the bad guy table? You have to do the meme.
Yeah,
You have to do the meme.
it's just one day of truce. So, Thovik and him, Thovik and Malin in the party have been through a lot. So it's just like, okay, one day of peace, like truce for one day, ceasefire for this magnificent occasion.
Oh, Xana would
I don't
be-
think Arden Relic would show up, but that would take a lot of convincing.
I wonder
have-
if I could get somebody to do a sending to the Shadow Lords to be like to just order Arden Relic to come.
No,
and
we
be
talked.
like-
You've done ascending before to Gaivok.
I'd have
Yeah,
to-
you
I'd have
got
to
yourself
relearn
into some
Ascending.
trouble.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah.
I would have to relearn it.
He doesn't have sending
Dropped it.
anymore.
How could you lose sending?
Who's tired of
We
being
do have a
your
scroll.
post
We do have a
office.
scroll. We have a scroll of sending. We could always get more of
okay.
those.
Yeah, just get more scrolls.
You guys need to
sending.
recruit
Not that I'm
another
trying to
wizard.
convince to like allow this, enable the whole
That would be like that.
speaking to the Shadowlords with sending, but
So I have I have made a song for Estrella and Malin. I just need to make a song for Garen, but I don't know like what song to use. for
Garen's got
Garen's
some more
song.
plot development, all right?
Does
He's got,
the-
he's still got, you have to let him incubate a little more.
Does the DM not get a song? What
he's
am I,
not ready
chopped
for the
liver?
song yet.
What song I use for the DM? I use a Pinball Wizard for Estrella and Iron Man for Malin. So I need to think of a song to do for Garen, and then I don't even know what song I would do for DM. That's
I see how it is.
what would be a good song for DM. That's
I see.
Master of Puppets.
Okay, that's good.
Ooh,
That's
yeah.
really good. That's really good. Bingo.
Sing
That's
it
really good,
fast.
actually. Oh, that's